She say she want hood nigga. I keep the perk by the pound. The trunk stay bumped and y'all know we run the town. Hood nigga. And I keep a bad bitch around. Thick bitch, long hair, yellow, white, red, brown. Hood nigga. And my Chevy sitting on 24s. Flats look like flapjack. Pancake, you ain't no hood nigga. I'ma play the game how it go. They can take me out the hood, but I'ma keep it hood, folks. I'm on that good and alcohol. I got some down bitches I can call. What's that? I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a ball till the day I fall. Yeah, long as my bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate long as my bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate long as these bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate long as these bitches love me. I'm on that. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this super fly, dirt coast muddy water. Shorty, pop that pussy if you wanna. Let me tell you about this old school pouring lean, candy yams and collard greens, pocket full of stones, riding clean.
Well, I'm just one parlay away from a new house, new car. I'm just one parlay away. Trust I'ma take us far. I'm just one parlay away. One parlay away. One parlay away. Oh, I took the Chiefs on over. Took my homes on yards. Everything is going good so far. Lakers beating the Knicks. Spread is only 6. 2 minutes left in the game, baby. I'm about to hit. Ow!
I need out, yeah, I need out. Blood pressure higher than a body count. Tomorrow she has to go. She's a mama. I think I married a hoe. Married a hoe. I said, mama, I think I married a hoe. I made a mistake, mama. No, oh no. I want you. A man can't do nothing for you. All these hoes ain't loyal. All these hoes ain't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. 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 These hoes ain't loyal. When a rich brother wants you and your man can't do nothing for you. All these hoes ain't loyal. Ain't loyal. Whoa, these hoes ain't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. 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 These hoes ain't loyal.
Don't tell me about me. Stop telling 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 me about me. I don't need you to tell me about me.
And welcome back, y'all, to another one, man. Another episode, Let's Talk J vs. Jordan. Also, another episode on the JVJ Network. Also, we doing this thing on Facebook, too. So if you're watching on any, go ahead and run with the gist. I say this all the time, y'all. We're trying to grow. We can only do it with y'all. So I hope y'all help a brother out, but I need y'all to hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn them turn them notifications on, y'all. And make sure you click all. Like, share, subscribe, all that shit in the bag of chips, man. I don't care what you're watching on, man. You watching on the network, the JVJ Network, man. Like it up, man. We trying to grow over there. You watching over on Let's Talk, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, man. Like it up, man. Help a boy out, man. We trying to get it. Tonight's gonna be a very interesting conversation, and it might be a little contentious, y'all. It might be a little contentious because, well, you're going to see why we're doing this conversation tonight. You're going to see why I'm covering it, but I'm going to show you a few videos pertaining to this topic, man. What is white culture? What is white culture? And the main reason I asked that question is because there's a lot of conversation going on about why the black community, and I'm talking about conversations that are had in other communities about why the black community can't seem to get over the top. Can't seem to thrive like some other communities, always getting compared to other communities. And they always talk about it's our culture, man. It's our culture. So first I want to know what culture is. Then I want to know what white people culture is, because that's normally who I hear it coming from. But we even have some people in our own communities that say the same thing. Speaking of one of the groups that we're going to cover tonight, the Cartier family. I have never heard of these people, but supposedly they're a big thing in conservative circles and stuff. And it's like 4 black brothers. And from what I've seen of the content that I've watched, all they do is talk shit about black people all day. And they're real big in the conservative side of YouTube. But they actually did a reaction video to Nick Fuentes. If y'all don't know who Nick Fuentes is, he's just an openly unapologetic racist that lives in America. They did a video covering what he said on his show. And I just want y'all to watch this, man. I want y'all to watch this, and you're constantly gonna hear the word. Just make sure you get your eyes linked into it, get your ears tuned in. They're gonna constantly keep saying something about culture. Just remember that. But like I always say before we get into these videos, y'all, man, get your popcorn, get your weed, get whatever you need. Because we about to jump into it. And without further ado, let's check out the Cartier family reacting to Nick Fuentes. It's gonna be good, y'all. It's gonna be good.
I think black people are not irredeemable, but there just needs to be brutal honesty. It's like, look, these black people are really struggling and they're turning into these maniacs. It seems like they don't do anything right. They're obnoxious, they're rude, they're inconsiderate, aggressive, cruel. And, look, nobody hates black people for being black. If there are people like that, I think that's exceedingly rare. And I don't consider myself one of them. The reason that people have negative attitudes about black people is because most people's interactions with black people are negative. Most people's interactions with black people is when you're stuck in traffic and you see a Nissan Altima speeding down the shoulder. And you say, what the fuck? You're not supposed to do that. If everybody did that, it would just be another lane. And, not everybody can do that. But it's like these people have no respect for decorum. They think the rules don't apply to them. They have no respect for society. Like that's their interaction is they are a waiter and they wait on a black table and the black people don't tip and they're fucking rude. Like that's most people's interactions. It's stuff like that. They go to the DMV and they see a black person behind the counter and they say, oh, here we go. And the person's rude. Now, it just goes to show people are not racist. It goes to show people don't like people that are rude. That people don't, it's unpleasant. People want to be treated with consideration and respect. And it is true that black people are, in this day and age, unfortunately, seem to have very low moral character. It's not even just the violence, although the violence is pretty striking. If you live your life and you know that you're going to be mugged by black people, it kind of colors your opinion or perception of black people, wouldn't you say? If 99% of the carjackings and stabbings and shootings that you see in Chicago are by black people, When you're walking down the street late at night, guess what you're looking for? Black people.
And y'all see one of the Cartier brothers, the little I don't even understand why both of them are smiling about this. But they find this funny, they find this hilarious. I don't think they know. Maybe somebody needs to go get them like donate a couple dollars to them so they can go to Walmart and buy them a fucking mirror. Because the things that he's saying right now, these are things that every race of every human being does. Whether it's good or whether it's bad. White people are rude. Asian people are rude. Indian people are rude. Native Americans are rude. Everybody can be rude. But being rude is associated with black right now. And they're laughing about it. And they're black. They're black. Somebody riding in a Nissan Altima on the side road. You ain't never seen white people just cut out of the road, cut out of the line and get on the side road and just ride it up there because they fed up? No, only black people, right? Okay. I don't think they understand that they're categorizing bad things that happen in society strictly on black people. Black people don't tip. White people don't tip. Asian people don't tip. There's people out here that don't tip. And we can go down the long road of tipping anyways. Y'all don't even know where tipping came from. Tipping came because they didn't want to play black waiters. Said y'all can work for tips. We're not going to pay you an actual wage. That's why waiter roles, their shit is so low in America. People need to trace the history of where all this shit comes from. Black people had the right to work. They didn't want to pay them for working. So they said, no, you can just collect tips. We ain't got to pay you. And that shit is just carried on throughout time. And now people think that, yeah, you're supposed to give people money because their employer doesn't want to pay them a living wage. Think about the logic on that dumb shit. But either way, though, all these bad things Nick is associating with black. And you got 3 black dudes standing right behind him, and they're just laughing at it like it's just the funniest thing in the world. I'm going to let him keep going. No, he ain't done.
You equate that with danger. And it doesn't take a lot of them to spoil the whole bunch like that. And we just want black people to take accountability and say, look, I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. It just seems that every time I encounter you people, for the most part, it's negative. And sometimes extremely negative, like I could get a gun in my face. You know, that's a problem. And people go, well, you are just loaded up with hatred and racism. It's like, I'm really not. I'm a really friendly person. I'm a really polite, friendly person. I give everybody a chance. But if I'm someplace...
This is coming from the guy who declared that he's a white nationalist and he's racist. He said it multiple times, but he's saying he's not racist now. He's just genuinely concerned about black people. Genuinely concerned.
And I see some black person walking in with their pants sagging and they can't articulate what their problem is or what they need, and they're rude and they're aggressive, and I'm in fear for my life. Like, yeah, I have a problem with all of that. And people go, and these black people go, well, you're racist. It's like, no, I just hate inconsiderate behavior. If black people were super well behaved, we would be racist in the other direction. We'd say black people, oh yes.
He just admitted that he's racist. Did y'all just catch that, y'all? He just admitted. He said, look. If black people were so what?
Black people were super well behaved, we would be racist in the other direction. We'd say black people.
We would be racist in the other direction, which means you are racist this way, but you're not racist. Let somebody talk long enough, they tell on themselves. Let them talk long enough, they tell on themselves. But I'm letting them keep going, y'all, because I ain't finna prove a point right now.
Oh, yes, dude, yes. My day is about to
He
turn
just
around
laughing
for the better.
like a good
What
old
can I help
dummy.
you with, sir? Please, come right on in.
Why is he this?
He's really that taken up with what Nick is saying right now. Bro, he talking about you. He's sagging,
Oh my god, bro.
not well
He's
behaved.
crazy for real, bro.
Why do you enjoy that so much?
Hey,
Dude,
bro.
dude.
Nah,
I ain't gonna lie, he had some points.
bro.
I won't lie, he made a lot of valid points.
Nigga's crazy, bro. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I gotta see the comments after this, bro.
I think he made a lot of valid points.
Wow, bro.
Like, I have a problem with all of that. And people go, and these black people go, well, you're racist. It's like, no, I just hate inconsiderate behavior. If black people were super well behaved, we would be racist in the other direction. We'd say black people, oh yes, dude, yes. My day is about to turn around for the better. What can I help you with, sir? Please come right on in.
Oh,
Man, what a relief to see you here. You're a sight for sore eyes. If black people are known for being the best, then we would be racist in the other direction. Oh, finally. So yeah, that really bothers me. It just bothers me in this damn ass city, because that's all it is in Chicago, is just these black people who can never take accountability. It's always somebody else's fault.
It's a good point. He ended on right there. To a lot of black people, it is always somebody else's fault.
I would say, this is what I'll say.
To a lot of black people, it's always somebody else's fault. Huh. It's amazing. This is self-hate if y'all didn't know what it was. Because to a lot of people in the world, period, a lot of people do not want to take accountability for their actions. A lot of people. That is not race central with just one group of people. That's not race central. But even they're eating that shit up, which is crazy to me. So y'all, none of y'all in here, hell, out of y'all three, maybe one of y'all take responsibility for your own actions. Only one of y'all. Because if you walk to the room, everything that Nick said about black people, they think that they're going to walk into the room and Nick's not going to think that same thing about them. They think they're different. Just like the Africans that come over here to the country. I know y'all, we did a video last week or something about Africans having a problem and an issue, waging war on Americans. Like black Americans, they try to separate themselves. No, we're African. Bitch, they see a black person. That's all they see. And I don't think they understand that themselves. It don't matter how much you try to act like you something else. Boy, you black.
Okay. Click that. Go click that tweet.
She's black.
Click this tweet. Click the tweet. Yes. This is what I was getting ready to say. There's two different races of black people here. We have regular black people like us here. And then we have Gus.
And
he described option B there.
Well, I mean, he lives in Chicago, so I'm sure
there's a lot of them there.
Yeah.
But there is a difference. Like, I'm sorry, but there is a difference.
Hold on. What percent of us?
There is a difference.
What percent
it's two different races of people completely.
It is. But what percent of us are?
I don't know. A lot.
What estimate?
50,
I would say
55,
nah,
45.
Not even that high. I would say like, I don't know what I would say. I don't know how many, but I know that
say about 70.
Nah,
70's too high.
nah.
70.
I would say
it's
like
not the majority. It's the poorer ones. The father. Well, if we do say that, then it would be the majority.
I don't want to say a number.
What are you asking, Grok?
But everyone who lives is not.
Yeah.
No.
What did you
There's
search?
4 black people who are.
What did you search?
How many black people in poverty?
Oh.
In 2023, only 17.9% of black people live in poverty.
But it's the poor ones though, right? This shows you how ignorant 3 black dudes trying to take the side of white supremacists and racists, trying to argue their points. They don't even know what the fuck they talking about. Only 17% of black people live in poverty, but you say it's all the poor ones. And you say it's majority. Because you, in your mind, you think majority of black people are poor. Did anybody even catch that? He was operating under the assumption, all of them were, that majority of black people are poor. That's crazy. 17%, y'all.
So then it would be around 30%. I don't know. I think it is
I was gonna say that.
I think the point that he made about rude, inconsiderate behavior.
And the one holding the phone said 70%. Just think about how he think about his own people. 70%, y'all. Wasn't even close.
Fear from people and negative interactions could sour you to a people, and I think that's a valid opinion. I think that's a valid outlook to have. I mean, if I had a bunch of negative interactions with someone, I would think negatively of that someone.
But if 40%
of that individual person, that's where the problem is. You're justifying somebody being racist against a group of people because one person did something that they didn't like, so they attributed that to everybody else in that race. No, you should have an issue with that one person, but you're not catching the bait and switch that they're doing. He didn't catch the bait and switch that Nick Fuentes did, and now he's doing it himself. He might be talking about one individual black person that he knows about, or maybe he's seen a couple of them do it, but he's attributing it to the entire race of people. So is he attributing that shit to himself? Because he doesn't understand that's how other people view it. That's how he viewed it. Whether he can articulate it himself. Nah, just because one person does something wrong to me, don't mean I'm gonna fucking turn on all those people, all the people that come from that same group. If you see a group doing something consistently over time, consistently having a track record of doing it, okay, well, that group has a tendency, like Hispanics have a tendency to eat tacos. Black people have a tendency to eat fucking soul food. So on and so forth. That tendency, I can get that, but like, dude, come on now. I don't get it, man. I don't know why certain people feel a certain. We're gonna talk about it, y'all. I ain't gonna get into it right now. I'm gonna let them keep going. Oh, they sound stupid.
This is a stat and win. Those 22. 40% of black people commit violent crime. So that's 40 off the rip. So what percent are a good 20? You can't say it's less than 20.
That man just said 40% of black people commit crimes. Violent crimes. No. I'm just gonna tell y'all that right now. No, that's not true.
So you think it's 60%?
Far over, buddy.
Wow.
40% commit violent crimes.
Well, I would say then 40%.
Yeah.
40,
So you think all of
45.
I said 55%.
I'd say 45 to 55%.
Do you think
Yeah,
all
I said that off rip.
Yeah.
Do you think all inconsiderate people commit violent crimes?
I won't say no. but
Okay,
I
then,
think
then it's above 40% then, bud.
that's why I said 55%, but
Because you do have to
That's
start
not a
at
bad
40 with that.
You gotta say over 50 for shot.
Sad though.
I don't know, man.
It is sad, but I ain't gonna lie. The way to end
That's
it is
crazy,
to do what
bro.
we do. I feel like and to call it out, and we can't just spare people's feelings anymore. That's why I'm not mad at what he said at all.
Well,
I don't know. I think there just has to be some sort of accountability among black people. Like if black people as a collective stop defending that behavior and justifying that behavior and then accepting it as black behavior, then it would be frowned upon. But a lot of this stuff is accepted and defended by black people. Oh, they're just kids. Oh, they're hungry. Oh, they're this, they're that.
They
they're
had
this.
to.
It's always a defense from black people. So it's almost a justifying that behavior. If that type of stuff was condemned by black people in the majority, we would see a difference. But we don't. The black women want thugs that sag their pants and act gangster. They want that. That's why they single moms, because they keep dating them and they keep going to jail. Sorry, the facts are the facts. That's just what it is.
It is. I'm not gonna say it's crazy because just saying that all your interactions with black people are always
He
negative.
didn't say all of them.
No,
he
he didn't
said
say
majority.
Okay, and so I want to know with you guys, what like percent of
My personal interactions.
Yeah, y'all personal interactions.
I wouldn't say I'd be some. I mean,
Is it 50? Is it 60?
I mean, when I worked at a mall store, I think
But what?
black people were stealing a lot out of the store that I worked at.
So what would you say the percent of inconsiderate? The people he described.
Inconsiderate. Well, I mean, I feel like black people approach me differently than they would him. So I don't know. I'd say my experience with black people would probably be different than someone else's. As a black man, I'm just going to be logical here. But I think someone might be inconsiderate and rude to someone that's white, but I think when they come to me, it's going to be a different interaction. I'm just keeping it 100 based on my life experience.
It's impossible to find a number here, but
Do you think that's a bad take?
No, I mean, this is anecdotal evidence here.
Yeah.
You know him. I already seen it.
Yeah, I mean, someone else's experience with someone is not going to be my experience. I can only speak from my point of view.
I think that
people are saying he's racist.
I mean, I don't think he said anything racist. He didn't denigrate. He said this is why people feel.
he
that
just
way
described
based on
the
these
other race of
things.
people. He did not describe. He described Niggas, not black people.
I mean, he
I think
just
there is
said-
a big difference.
Nick said black people the whole time. He didn't say nothing about no niggas. He said black people. I never understood how people can run cover for somebody that just sat there and just disparaged the fuck out of them and everybody that they associated with, everybody that they look like. They sit there and defend that. Nick was on there being racist. What he said was racist. You attributed all bad things to black people. Now, we're going to talk about his culture in a second. But it's crazy that you got 3 black men sitting right here. These are not young boys. These are people that they've garnered a big following. I think these motherfuckers right now, let's see what they at right now on YouTube. 1.56 million subscribers on YouTube. They got a big following in the Caucasian conservative community. And they're sitting here literally co-signing Nick Fuentes talking about black people. As if they don't think they don't know. He's talking about your black ass too. One thing that really got me is when the dude said if black people were well behaved. What do you mean well behaved? What do you mean by that? Because I hear people saying that if black people would just behave, what the world change or get better or some shit like that or something. We're gonna talk about behavior in a second. Let's keep going. I want to let them finish out because I'm gonna let them keep digging their grave.
I think that I've met a lot of black people and I've met a lot of niggas, and there is a giant difference. There really is. It's two completely different mindsets. That is what I will say. Just being honest.
I mean, I don't think he said he's not a person that hates black people for being black. He said he hates rude, inconsiderate behavior. I hate that as well.
Dr. Umar even said,
but he associates that behavior with black people as if nobody else does that. You're not catching on to that. You're not. Are you that slow? He's associating that with just black people, nobody else, and you're not catching on to that. And you're kind of doing it too.
About
he said a lot of them Negroes on the corner, on the street, got to go to sleep for good.
He said they got to go extinct.
That is the
Dr. Umar even said that.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I saw a video the other day where a woman said, "I don't want a man that work a 9 to 5 and take care of me. I want a thug." She said, "Y'all ugly." We can pull it up right now.
And then
the next day she posted a video that her kid's room in the hood got shot up. Pull it up.
It doesn't matter. It's just another day.
That's real. That's type of stuff that goes on in the black community.
Yeah,
I
we know.
personally will not sit around and condone that, my brother. I will personally not defend that negligent, negative, degenerate behavior. I don't like it.
It's sad though that it's came to this, but
I mean, people have been probably saying this for years now. It's not that it just came to it. I think there's just been a more. It's just been a more vocal thing. I think most black people, in my experience, don't act that way. But I be in nice areas.
Yeah, it's
where affluent people be. So
but most nice areas that I've been in my life, 10%.
10.
Brother, are you insane? When I went to the nicest community I've ever lived in, it was 5 black people that I knew in the whole community, and it was thousands of white people there.
It's a culture thing, bro. It's just
a culture thing.
It's a culture
thing. So when I think about that, I'ma still
told y'all to keep y'all ear open for it. It's a culture thing. It's a culture thing. Hold on to that now.
I have to stick with my number at a good 70. Because if I lined up every black person,
I don't want to say that.
If I lined up every black person, I was gonna say I'm gonna knock
70
it down
is
to 60.
too high.
I'll say 50.
70 is too high.
It's almost 50.
I don't know, man. But you gotta realize, I grew up. I was in Jack and Jill, the Black Betterment organizations. I was in all that stuff. What I grew up, the black people I grew up around wasn't doing that type of stuff.
Yeah, just but they went to you've seen them though. You came across them.
I for sure have seen them. If I lined up every black person, 40% of them commit violent crimes, brother.
Nah.
Oh, it doesn't. That boy can't read fucking stats, y'all. It's combining multiple, and I'll show it to y'all after we get done, y'all. Just know that's not true.
Ah, man.
That's a stat.
Nah.
Can we look
it
up?
It's not a stat.
It's a stat.
You can't argue with it.
It's a stat based on another
it's
stat.
Not a stat.
A group.
Look it up for him. Look it up for him. So I ain't got
population.
Because that's not true.
It's ages, what is it, like 14 to 30 something?
Oh, I'm about to look it up.
Thank you. Please look it up for this dumbass.
Okay, let's see.
This is. I mean, hey, I know my experience.
I said I agreed with what Nick said.
I know when I'm at a place.
I don't like those people with those type of interactions.
When I'm at a place,
and I will have the accountability to call it
when
out.
I'm at a place where it's good black people, wow, just like Nick said, this is amazing. But when I'm at a place with a lot of them, it's not too good of an outcome there, and it's rare. Like Greek events.
Okay.
Those are good black people.
Duh.
Rare though.
It's not rare.
It's not that many.
I grew up around that
Greeks.
shit.
It's not that many Greeks. It's a lot of them, but it's not that many. It's more than the regular black population.
Oh yeah, nah.
Oakland, California. We talk.
I'm just gonna show it to y'all because I'm tired of that shit. And honestly, I'm gonna actually have to clip this and put this thing in here. So it's always in here every time somebody from whatever community says that dumb shit. Because I'm getting tired of hearing that shit. And now I know some people gonna still try to find something to say about this, but look, we need to know what the truth is. This is based on 2018 NCVS and UCR. Black people accounted for 29% of violent crime offenders and 35% of violent crime offenders and incidents reported to police, compared to 33% of all persons arrested for violent crimes. These motherfuckers talking about 70, 60. This motherfucker said 40% of all violent crimes are committed by black people. That's not true. And just so people understand, even with this graph being right here, which I need to copy real quick. Let me copy this real quick, like, because these motherfuckers, they be saying shit. And I'm like, why y'all just be saying shit, bro? Like, come on, man. Like, you got a little hate in your heart. Matter of fact, what Clayton at? Tell him,
Don't
Clayton.
let the liberal media tell you how to think and feel. If you have hate in your heart, let it out.
I guess right now they letting it out. But nah, it ain't no 40%, ain't no 50%, ain't no 60%, ain't none of that.
Chicago, Houston, Louisiana, Alabama, every state.
You know what Greeks are called? You know what they call us as black people? They call us the bourgeois. Bourgeois blacks.
Unicorns.
The bourgeoisie.
Just like the lady that told y'all today, I watched y'all and I cried. So what's her interaction with the black?
I don't know, brother.
I mean, if she cried, I can tell you. I can tell you what her interaction is.
I gotta keep it 100. I do think what he said, like the reason why people would not like people based on their negative interactions and constant negative interactions with people would lead you to not like those people. I think that's a valid reason.
Look up. Yeah, 40%. I mean, yeah.
And look, this dummy he obviously didn't look at it because I just showed it to y'all. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, it's 40%. And it's not 40%, buddy. So you act like you looked it up and then lied to your fans. So now all the racist ass white folks that watch your shit and the other racist ass black folks that hate themselves, they watch it, they believe you because they ain't gonna look it up. We just looked it up. It's not 40%.
41 is what I saw. 40 to 41%.
Okay.
What?
You have 60. That may not be like.
But
that.
see, but
hold
on.
60 is 20 going to be rude.
Dang, is just straight up lying on his own shit.
Then leave it alone. Leave it at that. That 20, maybe we really can say that. That's why I say 70. I'm really giving niggas the benefit of the doubt. It might be.
I tried.
85.
Violent crime offenders, 29%. Like, what are we talking about right now? What are we talking about?
I try to give the benefit of the 85, bro. See, now you're being dramatic.
I would say, I'm not gonna do a number.
I think 55 is like my rough estimate.
That's a good fist bump, bro. Fist bump. You really believe in them, bro.
What you mean them? I am them.
You heard that shit? He thinks somehow he's different. And look, they built the big platform talking down on black folks. So I can understand him possibly feeling a certain type of way, but I'm like, bro, I'm not them. What do you mean? You're black. They don't see no difference. It ain't about no culture, buddy. I just want you to know that. But that's been a big talking point. Shout out to Mr. Lister. Big ups, big ups. I'm gonna get some of y'all in here in a second, man. Because when we get to this next video, y'all, we're gonna really talk about it, man. These dudes, fucking, I'm actually tired of hearing their mouth anyways. These guys are very interesting. They've built up a big following on YouTube, y'all. And pretty much that's all they do all day. Very similar to what the Hodge twins do. Very similar to what the Hodge twins do. They sit around and shit on their own people. And the people that they use or that they speak for talk about, it's not that people are black, y'all. It's not that you're black. That's not the reason we don't like you. That's not the reason that we treat you certain type of ways and things have been done in this country. It's not because you're black. It's because of your culture, man. The way y'all carry yourselves, all this, y'all culture is bad. It's bad. Y'all do things that's very disturbing to other people. Y'all harm other people through your culture, man. It's just your culture. If you just fix your culture, shape it after our culture, and maybe we would be nicer to you, man. You know, it's just your culture. We're about to talk about white culture. And we're going to be brutally honest about white culture. But look, I ain't going to be the one to say it. I'm going to let the professor speak to y'all. I ain't had him up on the show in a minute. It's been a hot minute. But he gonna speak to you. He gonna speak to you, he gonna talk to you. And I'm gonna actually speed it up because I like when you talk a little bit faster. So either way though, y'all sit back and watch this. And I'm gonna pause in between when because he gonna drop some dimes.
I was listening to a space on X today, or yesterday rather. And there was this very obnoxious sort of white supremacist on there, kind of Charlie Kirk wannabe, had the same demeanor, same typical sort of aggressive style, they use aggression tactically to flood your limbic system. So your prefrontal cortex goes offline and your amygdala takes over. You should pay attention to that. Blood flow shifts from the reasoning centers of your brain to the motor cortex, your working memory buffer, the space where you, in your brain, the space where you juggle facts, your logic chains, rhetorical structure, and so on, that shrinks. So you forget your data. You stumble over your words and you get flustered. They interrupt you, they cut you off, they raise their voice and so on. And it isn't just because they are rude and obnoxious and they have no manners. It's not just because of that. It's because they're wrong. And they know that in any calm, reasonable discussion, this will become blatantly obvious. So this is the approach they take. They always claim to be people who love facts and who love logic. Facts don't care about your feelings and so on. But their whole style is tactically intended to sabotage the discussion of facts and logic. Because always, they cannot actually contend with facts and logic. They pretend that they want that kind of a discussion, but they actually want to derail reasoning, and they want you to be emotional. You should take note of that. This is a patented Western approach. This is how they do. Always aggressive, always confrontational, always trying to, by hook or by crook, trying to undermine actual reasoned, calm, intellectual discussion, while always claiming that they're all about rationality. This is the West in microcosm. So anyway, this white supremacist was sort of rattling off all the standard talking points that he got from some, KKK subreddit or what have you. The Jews were disproportionately responsible for American slavery, saying that the Jews owned the slave ships, the Jews financed the trade, the Jews owned most of the slaves, and so on. Imagine saying that. You must think we're really stupid. Like Alabama and Mississippi are renowned for their thriving Jewish populations, Because of course, Jews in America are, have always been associated with agriculture. Sure. I mean, it's goofy. It's goofy on the face of it. But okay, let's address it. Let's actually address it. I mean, someone tweeted in association with that space, a revisionist history figure that said that only 2% of American Southerners own slaves. We've all actually misunderstood how truly upright and humane the American South really was. We've all misunderstood that. Well, look, the census of 1860, this isn't esoteric. Anyone can read the columns. You strip out the so-called free North and look at the families, look at the households, and you'll find that roughly one white Southerner in 5 kept human beings as property, with planter belts like Mississippi and South Carolina pushing closer to 1 out of every 2. So no, we're not talking about 2%. We're talking about 20%, and in some places 50%. So don't try to act like slave ownership was some fringe practice in the South. It wasn't. And the only reason that the percentages of ownership aren't higher among the general population is because of affordability, not because of morality. The highest percentage of slave ownership by Jews in the American South was only around 1.3%. And that was just before the Civil War, and that was the highest that they ever got. And I'm sorry to tell you, but if you follow the money upstream in the slave industry in those days, you go upstream on that money chain, you're going to find churches and cathedrals, not synagogues. From the Portuguese to the English, with the what they call the Royal African Company, Liverpool, and so on. This is Christian Europe. Christian Europe's monarchs, Christian Europe's merchants, their insurers, and so on. They stamp their mark on every invoice. Liverpool alone dispatched somewhere around 5,000 slaving voyages between 1700 and 1807. That's a statistic that you can find in the Transatlantic Slave Trade Database online. You can look it up. Lloyd's of London was the insurer. They insured the traffic so thoroughly that slave voyages accounted for maybe around 5 to 10% of all marine premia in the late 18th century. And no, Lloyd's of London was not Jewish. They were Anglicans and they were Protestants. So just be honest. I mean, of course, Jews did participate. Of course they did. That was a lucrative evil that you normalized. But make no mistake about it, that was a white European Christian enterprise. Jews had a walk-on role. A historical ledger-by-ledger review of every surviving British and American slave voyage puts the Jews' share of the Atlantic traffic well under 2%. That's a statistical whisper beside the roar of Christian capital. Let's be serious. So no, the slave trade was not some covert Semitic conspiracy foisted on the innocent white Europeans. No, it was an enterprise conceived, financed, and defended by Christian imperial power. Jews just sampled a corner of the poison banquet that the Europeans had laid themselves. They spread that banquet out. Now, that's not to exonerate anyone who was involved in that. It's just facts. These are just the facts. You were the buyers, you were the transporters, you were the owners, you were the slave drivers, and everybody knows it. You want to put every wicked thing that you've done at the feet of the Jews. You know, were the Jews the masterminds behind the Spanish Inquisition? Were they the masterminds behind the Crusades, the Salem witch hunts? You know, the Jews, I suppose, made you genocide the Native Americans.
Well, y'all, we talking about culture, we talking about history. This is the shit that a lot of people don't want to talk about, because I swear I sit in this country being the black man that I am. And I hear the things that people say and how they move when it pertains to people that look like me. And I can look outside and find somebody that acts like the way they're talking about. The problem is that's not majority of black people. But for some reason in this country, y'all portray that shit on black people. Y'all say all these negative things about them. And ever since we've ever been here in this country, we've been demonized and criminalized. If we weren't being useful, silent workhorses for you, we were demonized. And I'm talking about financially, government interaction, a whole bunch of shit. Poison, tested with, like, so much shit has been done to black folks in this country. But it's the people that were doing it telling you that your culture's fucked up. He's going through it. The Spanish Inquisition, the Crusades, the slavery trade, the transatlantic slavery trade. What happened to the Native Americans? He's going down a list line of all these evils that have been done over time. And it's still, look, I'm gonna let him keep talking, man, but it's very interesting that you got a group of people that have this track record telling another group of people who don't have that track record how bad they are. It's crazy.
Jews made you lynch African Americans. The Jews made you drop the atomic bombs on Japan, right? I mean, come on. Every evil, every inhuman thing that you've done was done at the behest of the Jews, or it was done because the Jews manipulated you and controlled you. Is that what you want us to believe? If it wasn't for the Jews, you just love black people, wouldn't you? Meanwhile, this same white supremacist, this Charlie Kirk clone on that X Space that I was listening to, was simultaneously spewing anti-black racist diatribes about, you know, low IQ, criminality, violent tendencies, on and on and on. The same old thing that you always hear from them. I mean, the man was embodying the exact mentality of the racist, dehumanizing white slave owners that he wants to pretend didn't exist, or he wants to pretend only existed because of the Jews. No, you were bad then and you're bad now. And you can't even open your mouth except that you announce it yourself by your own words, even while you are trying to deflect and blame shift. You're racist, you're supremacist, you're cruel and heartless, and on top of all that, you're craven and cowardly because you do evil that you know is evil, but you want to try to pin it on someone else. You know, you don't even have the guts to just be wicked and own it yourself. And you know, these are the same people who will say, well, you know, the Jews were kicked out of so many countries. There must be a reason. There has to be a reason for that. Never grasping that the hatred and supremacism that leaks out of your pores gives us the answer. You know, the venom and the viciousness of your loathing is on full display all the time. They hate Jews, they hate Muslims, they hate Africans, they hate Mexicans, they hate immigrants. It's endless. Who don't you hate? And always their malice is cast as if it's their victim's fault. Do you know how much you sound like a serial abuser talking about all his crazy exes? You're sick in the head. I mean, look, what are their excuses? Jews made you do it, right? You know, Epstein blackmail, AIPAC, whatever the case may be. This is what they always say. Okay, let's go with Epstein, right? So it's his fault that you're a pedophile, right? I mean, if you're getting blackmail, you say that Epstein is blackmailing all of these legislators and so forth, means you did something, didn't you? You did something unspeakable, and Jeffrey Epstein just facilitated it and put it on tape. That's just opportunistically taking advantage of your pre-existing perversion. What kind of argument is that? And AIPAC, right? They give legislators donations. Okay, so your argument is that you can be bribed. You know, you'll literally fund an armed genocide in exchange for what, a payoff? And that's your self-exoneration? That's your argument that you're actually good? The Jews made you do all these heinous crimes that you committed as a nation? Really? Then honestly, how pathetic are you as a nation? How stupid are you as a nation? How incompetent are you as a nation? How immoral are you as a nation? That's your argument? I mean, for a white Western supremacist, you sure seem to believe that white Westerners are the absolute dregs of mankind. You believe that apparently these supreme white people have no agency, no willpower, no morality, no ethics, no conviction, no intelligence. I mean, that's your own argument. That's not me. That's you saying it. Meanwhile, you believe in the Ubermensch, Superman, Aryan super race, the master race. But according to you, this so-called master race has been played with like a yo-yo to do the bidding of Jews throughout all of your recorded history. I mean, are you starting to see why they absolutely do not want to have a reasoned discussion about their ideas? Because it's not only their ideas are not only void of facts, they have filled that void with utter self-contradictory nonsense.
That ain't right. That ain't right. It ain't right.
Damn sure ain't right. But if somebody actually sat back and really thought about it, like, here you go, because you saw a lot of during like one of the presidential elections. Actually, I think it was like the last one where they kind of coined this term. Or maybe it was the first time when Trump ran. But the term snowflake. A lot of people on the conservative side were calling people snowflakes. Y'all, the liberals, they complain. They all blah, blah, blah. What are they doing while they're saying that? Complaining. Complaining. But you're complaining that somebody's complaining about something that's wrong. You just don't like that they complain about something that's wrong. Make it make sense. These are the same people that will sit around in America and say that people are taking their country from them. They run this country, have always run this country. Blame every little problem that goes on inside this. The reason I can't get a job is because of these blacks and these illegals. No. The reason my daughter can't get into Harvard is because these blacks and these Chinese. No. Your daughter's probably stupid. She probably grades ain't good enough. We're attacking all these different programs that tries to somewhat rectify the wrongs of the past because we feel like we're not getting the fair shake. And the fair shake in their mind is, I need the advantage. They blame everybody for everything else, calling everybody else snowflakes. It's crazy. Just watch the news. What does the majority of the news talk about? White complaints. Just being honest with you, like, look, when you really think about it, just look at the news. Like, every now and then you get some black folks issues, some Hispanic folk issues, but majority of the time it's white folk issues nonstop. Nonstop. But everybody else is a snowflake. Everybody else is the fucking problem.
But look, it's good. The blame shifting is good, honestly, because it shows how badly they want to distance themselves, how badly they want to disassociate themselves from what they are having the Israelis do for them in Gaza, what they are having the Israelis do for them in the region. You know, we're on the verge of the great divorce. And I
want y'all to truly understand that. Think about this. The United States is funding everything that's going on over there in Israel, in Gaza and all that. The United States is funding all that. But every time it comes up, when they look back in history, they're going to say Israel did all this. We're funding that motherfucking shit. We got these motherfuckers being puppets for us over there. On top of them getting off on what they want to get off on. Because this is genocide going over there. I don't care what nobody say. People can sit around here, especially people on the conservative side, can sit here and keep on arguing for Netanyahu and all them motherfuckers over there. Like, bro, that's crazy, bro. What y'all doing to them people dude, that's inhumane. Anybody that'll sit around me and say, like, bro, that shit cool, bro. Nah, they brought up, nah, fuck you. You got a fucking warm place. If motherfuckers that sit there and defend that shit got a warm place in hell waiting on them, bro. Got a warm place in hell waiting on you. Because, nah, bro, that ain't it. But the United States is backing all that shit up. But, you know, we're the moral high ground in the world. We're the people to tell everybody else what to do because, you know, we are superior. And I've been American my whole life. I ain't got no other choice but because I was born this bitch. And I served the military. I served in the military for this country. I went overseas and fought for these dumb motherfuckers. And I saw the truth overseas. Man, bro, we over here fucking with people. We ain't got no moral high ground on nobody. But it makes all the sense in the world when you come into this country and see the way we treat things, the double standards, the racism, the evil that we have in this country. It makes all the sense in the world. Because the citizens that sit around and talk about how bad their politician is or how bad their president is, when they sick as fuck just like them. That's how these bitches get in the office. Similar people, like-minded people vote for these people. Let's keep going.
I'm telling you that we would see. I've been telling you for a long time now that we're going to see the floodgates
crazy,
open
bro.
In terms of that latent, seething, and ever-present Western anti-Jewish hatred. That's why you sent the Jews over there to do it in the first place. That's why. That's why you made your colonial stormtroopers a Jewish brigade, precisely so that you could disavow them when the time came. I saw this coming years ago, and here we are. It's the Jews. I mean, it's our money, it's our weapons, it's our policy, it's our political coverage, it's our bombs, it's our missiles. It's our attack helicopters. It's our support, but it's the Jews. Because it's the henchman who always takes the fall. That's why they set the system up like that. Plausible deniability. And that's why they're going hard in the paint with the blame shifting now. That's why you've got your Candace Owens types, your Tucker Carlson types, and so on, sort of opening the tap on despising Jews in acceptable public discourse. It's transparent. And no, I've said it many times. The Israelis are absolutely responsible for their actions. No question about it. Just like the death squads that Washington unleashed on Central and South America. Just like every hired killer. Just like every mercenary is responsible for his crimes. No question about it. The henchmen are responsible for what they do. The hitmen are responsible for what they do. The Nazi guards who were just following orders were responsible for their actions. But that doesn't get their superiors off the hook. That doesn't mean that they're the only ones who are responsible. No. But you see this blame shifting, this emerging narrative. This by no means a new narrative, by the way, about Jewish iniquity, Jewish wickedness, Jewish control. That old Nazi narrative. This is emerging anew right now for the purpose of blame shifting. I've talked about it before. But think through what that means. It's deliberate alibi creation by the West. It's cleanup. It's trying to wipe their fingerprints off the crime scene. But what does that mean? Well, in court, that would be proof of premeditation and full cognition that what you did was wrong, that you knew what you did was wrong. It means you're in full command of your faculties. There's no insanity defense for you. So you see, it means that you know that these are horrible crimes that you committed: slavery, lynching, genocide, Zionism. It shows that you know perfectly well that these are irredeemable crimes that you committed. You know right and wrong.
Hey, look, and that's why, because a lot of people sat around, especially on the conservative side in America. And look, y'all, when I keep talking about the conservative side, I'm not liberal. I don't fuck with neither one of those parties. Just throwing that out there for you. So, fuck all that shit. Fuck Democrats and Republicans, all alike. Just calling shit out right now. You notice there was a big push on the conservative side in America to not talk about history. They disguised it under the term of CRT, critical race theory. Y'all remember that big boogeyman when Trump said it on the campaign trail way back? Said it way back when he first was running. CRT, critical race theory. They're teaching the kids to hate whites. And then when you look at what they were considering CRT, because they didn't teach CRT in high school, K through 12. But when you looked at what they were referring to, they were talking about history that included, well, it's really black history. But black history is American history, regardless. I don't even understand how people try to separate, because we need to talk about that. They separate black history away from American history as if this didn't happen. And this is the bad part of what they just try to exclude that shit. You got history, you got black history, you got Native American history. All the bad parts they want to separate out to the side, because what the fuck they did during that time. They didn't want to teach kids true history. I noticed, and I'm being dead serious, y'all. I noticed probably back in 2000 and probably say 22, 21, my niece came home from school with her shit. And I just happened to be over there, and I asked her what she was studying, because I always try to keep up with what they got going on. And it was Black History Month, and they were teaching these kids, like in their notebook, that black slaves were migrant workers. They were calling them migrant workers, and it was a brand new textbook. I can tell they just came out with this shit. Like, this had recently been published. This wasn't something that was a part of like the school curriculum, because I know I never saw this shit. We used to get them old books, but it was saying that blacks were like migrant workers. Like, migrant workers, really? Slaves, huh? That's what they were. Because of this whole CRT bullshit was getting pushed, y'all. They don't want to teach these kids the true history of this country. And I've heard the reasoning for it. It's like they don't want to make the white kids feel bad or feel guilty for what their ancestors did. Why would you feel guilty for something that you don't do? Or something you didn't do? Why would you feel guilty? I can understand if it's like your child or your family member or something, you might have some guilt in that, because you probably feel like you could have played a part in changing that. But for somebody that you don't fucking know that just happens to be a part of your race, why would you feel guilty for that? Right, because you got a little bit of that shit in your system. See a hurricane up in the building, salute the hurricane, saying fresh new book smell. Like, for real now, man, one of them the one, because we used to get the hardbacks. These paperback books. These paperback books. Migrant workers. I was like, really? So y'all really don't even want to tell the truth. Y'all are so ashamed of what y'all people did that y'all gonna sit here and lie in people's faces Yeah, they were just migrant workers. Like what was that dude down there? They learned skills. They learned positive skills. Farming, blacksmithing, and things. Bitch, what the? Try to make them that evil that they did benevolent.
That's why you want to distance yourselves. You want to blame shift. You want to disavow because you know that what you did is monstrous. But just look at the corruption. Look at the complete absence of character on the part of the West, on the part of the Americans. Because what a decent person would do is repent.
Yes.
A decent person would own up to what they did and repent. They would be contrite. They would be remorseful. They would stop what they were doing and they would try to atone. That's what a decent person would do. And that's what a decent nation would do. But that's not what you do. You try to pin it on someone else. You want to pin it on your partner in crime. You want to get out of it by any means.
No, he ain't lying. Because I've heard white people say, when slavery comes up, the topic comes up, I've heard all these different excuses. The Jews were the ones who really did it. The black people sold themselves. That's what everybody did during that time. It's all these excuses for their own evil. Who gives a fuck? If Timmy stole $10 over here and Jane stole $10 over here, but my son Jordan stole $10 over here, you give a fuck about what these two did. My son stole something. I got an issue with that. But motherfuckers are saying, well, other people fucking did it. It's just all excuses, man. Excusing your own fucking evil. And think about it. These are the same people that excuse it. And I'm being honest with you. Because I wouldn't excuse fucked up shit. I call shit fucked up when I see it. These are the same people saying that they don't agree with it, but they're making excuses for it. Living the day. Talking like they morally high standard and shit. They're very Christian and shit. Man, y'all some of the most evil motherfuckers walking the goddamn earth. You okay bullshit happening every day, as long as that shit ain't happening to you. I cover it every night when I cover these cop videos. That's why I show them cops fucking up white folks. Because the same Christian white folks, Southern, conservative, whatever fucking part of the United States you from, y'all motherfuckers that speak that high and mighty shit had no problem when they were fucking up black people with the cops. So I take personally to go find videos where they fucking white people up. Try to invoke a feeling and be like, yeah, check the people that you were allowed to do all this because, I know it wasn't happening to you and you were seeing it happen to other folks. You was fine with that evil. But guess what? Now it's happening to you. You gonna do something about it now? These motherfuckers perpetuate that evil shit and they talk about other people's culture. Other people's culture, right? Black people's culture. Let's keep talking about their culture.
You have no concept of accountability. The West has no concept of accountability. Just look at the corruption. Look at this weaselly character, Uncle Sam. Oh, he's a weasel. Uncle Sam is the most craven, cowardly, unmanly, weaseliest character in the history of nations, honestly. Whenever the bill comes due for the things that he's done, he tries to slide it under the door. He tries to, slip it under someone else's door and tiptoe away. No. The slave ships in the transatlantic slave trade were captained by men with names like Roberts and Smith, not Bernstein and Rothberg. I mean, how many African Americans you know today who today, still, until now, carry the family names of their enslaved ancestors' owners? How many of them are named Cohen and Leibowitz rather than Jones or Washington? No. And the Zionist genocide of the Palestinians that's been going on for all these decades, that has been underwritten and it has been overseen by men named Truman, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush again, Obama, Trump, Biden, and Trump again. And every single one of those men have underwritten and have overseen catastrophic violence, war crimes, crimes against humanity, massacres, death squads, drone strikes, invasions, assassinations, coups, overthrows, forced starvation on whole populations, mass murder, torture, and inhuman brutality all around the world.
But we're talking about culture. And that black culture need to fix itself. But has the black culture ever did any of that shit? Even came close. The same people that say other countries can't get a nuclear weapon, it's the same country that is the only country to drop a nuclear bomb on anybody. Picture that. The only country that ever dropped a nuclear bomb is the same country that's telling other people they don't need to have one because they might use it. They the only motherfucker that didn't use it. It's the same shit, y'all. Over and over again, talking about other people's culture. You're just trying to throw the throw the lights off of you. Like, motherfucker got a telescope looking at you, but you got to get this motherfucker off you. So you say, man, look, that nigga stealing. Oh, okay, mother. And your people are so quick to accept the shit. They jump on because they would love for everybody else to be the villain, everybody else to be the bad guy, and they're the savior in this story. But the sad part is, just gonna let you know, you're the bad guy. You're the bad guy. Talking about fucking culture. That's crazy as fuck to me. Talking about culture. Okay, we got two major wars raging in the world right now. The aggressor and both of them are white people. When they talk about other people's culture. Like, what are you talking about? So I guess waging wars against people and taking their land is just part of your culture, right? Kind of got a history of doing the fucking shit. Like, ex the Native Americans about that shit. I think they have a strong argument on this one. And this is crazy, man. Talking about somebody else's culture, bro. Go ahead, man. Yeah. You said Shade Boatman. Yeah, he be cooking every time he speak. He do. And he ain't lying. That's the fucked up shit about it. I love people that speak the truth and don't sugarcoat shit. And it's not just because I agree on this topic, man. Period. I say it all the time, man. We all got to be accountable. We all have to be honest. And people sitting around here playing games. Like, these conservatives right now losing their mind because Trump promised y'all the whole campaign trail. I'm going to release Trump Epstein files. We going to get them. We going to get them Democrats. Motherfucker found out his name was in it. Nigga, I ain't releasing shit. Motherfucker said he ain't releasing shit. Yeah, motherfucker got motherfucker mad as hell. Got y'all all drummed up. Thought y'all was going to hem up some Democrats. But now, when y'all find out y'all guys in it, what you seen them? A lot of people start turning around, tucking tail. I never cared about that. The Democrats came up with that. You know, it doesn't even matter. It's like, okay. But it mattered fucking about 5 months ago, didn't it? Yeah, you was ready to hang somebody on a motherfucking cross 5 months ago. But now you found out your little orange mother defending evil. Defending evil, y'all.
And every single one of those criminals has a statue erected for him in his honor in your country. That's your people. Yes, you know right and wrong. Otherwise, you wouldn't try to disassociate in your country. That's your people. And every single one of those criminals has a statue erected for him in his honor in your country. That's your people. Yes, you know right and wrong. Otherwise, you wouldn't try to disassociate yourselves from your evil actions. But that's the only instinct you have when it comes to right and wrong. Self-exoneration, self-preservation. You don't use the knowledge of right and wrong to choose doing right. You only use that knowledge to avoid the consequences of doing wrong. That's what you do with your recognition of what's right and what's wrong. You have no moral hygiene. As long as your reputation can stay clean, you don't care how dirty your actions are. That's the West. See, this is crucial to understand. This shows that you have a commitment, an absolute commitment to wrongdoing. Do you understand me? It shows that you have a dedication to never changing, never repenting, never taking accountability, never looking your victims in the face and begging for forgiveness. You understand? The whole world looks at America and sees you sitting in the dock of the court, but you keep trying to act like you're sitting behind the judge's bench. You're delusional. Your whole history is a rap sheet. Your whole history is a criminal record. Everyone's memory of you around the world is one giant chorus of indictments and accusations and recriminations, not allegations. No, you've been convicted in the hearts and minds of the people of every country that you ever touched.
You're goddamn right.
And I try to tell people that all the time. Like leave this country. Leave this country and go talk to some people. Talk to some people in some other countries. You'll see. Especially if you like, on my side, being in the military, seeing what we did while we were over there, like that whole fucking Afghanistan, Iraq push. Man, look, we went over there doing nothing but taking them people's shit. That's all we was over there doing. Securing their shit, and private companies was coming in and getting their shit. That's all we was doing. That's all we was doing. And if motherfucker wanted to buck, we buck back. That's all we was doing over there. That's all the United States did over there. George Bush and them knew they didn't have no weapons of mass destruction. He couldn't blame 9/11 on them. He couldn't get the American public to get behind a war about 9/11. So what did he do? He switched it up. Oh, they got weapons of mass destruction. And we got so many war-hungry, evil-ass, easily tricked-ass sick motherfuckers in this country that they went for that. Oh, a brown motherfucker having some weapons of meth, get them. Don't mind the planes that you tried to blame on them, and all them motherfuckers came from Saudi Arabia, but you blamed it on them. It's like, dude, it's a big trick bag. It's a big old trick bag. But once you leave out of here and you talk to some people, man, you'll see they got some grievances. And the sad part is their grievances ain't no accusations. Ain't no accusations going around here. Where Ross said, Ross, I'm gonna let Ross say it. I'm gonna tell him it ain't no accusations.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
these motherfuckers ain't got no false accusations. These motherfuckers goddamn telling the goddamn truth. And you can look it up throughout history. Hurricane said, you goddamn right. Said, cough, cough, Panama, cough, cough, country. Like, let's be honest. Let's be honest, man. I'm gonna let him keep speaking, bro. I'm gonna let him keep speaking, man, because he ain't done. Yeah, man, look, I tell him accusations. That motherfucker don't like that shit, man.
Meanwhile, you're trying to tell all of the people that you victimized that we're supposed to despise someone else. We're supposed to blame someone else, hate someone else. At this point, you're only gaslighting yourselves. No one believes you. No one's listening to you. On that space, this white supremacist was arguing that white supremacy isn't a thing. And he said, give me an example of white supremacy today in 2025. The question is an example. Your denial is an example of white supremacy. The fact that you think that literally centuries of experience right up until this very moment while I'm speaking right now, the fact that you think that the lived misery of millions of people for hundreds of years, from your racism, your bigotry, your hatred, your violence, your exploitation, your pillage and your plunder, you think that all of that is negated by the power of your denial, the entitlement.
Really think about that. I'm gonna let him say that one more time. Say that one more fucking time.
Tell us. You're trying to tell all of the people that you victimized that we're supposed to despise someone else. We're supposed to blame someone else, hate someone else. At this point, you're only gaslighting yourselves. No one believes you. No one's listening to you. On that space, this white supremacist was arguing that white supremacy isn't a thing. And he said, give me an example of white supremacy today in 2025. The question is an example. Your denial is an example of white supremacy. The fact that you think that literally centuries of experience right up until this very moment while I'm speaking right now, the fact that you think that the lived misery of millions of people for hundreds of years, from your racism, your bigotry, your hatred, your violence, your exploitation, your pillage and your plunder, you think that all of that is negated by the power of your denial, the entitlement.
And look, and it goes even beyond in the ignoring or denying it. Man, you got people out here that, like, literally, it didn't got to the point now. I think a lot of white folks done got so fed up with the truth that, look, bro, they just making excuses for it. Everybody did that shit. It was a different time. But I wouldn't do it. Let the motherfucker be on that shit, bro. And I just sit back and I'm like, bro, like, hold on. Man, Soldier Boy, tell you best, man. This how I be shit. This how I be feeling every time I hear them say that dumb shit.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f you think you is?
I just don't understand, man. I'm like, really? You know what you're doing, right? Either way, let them keep going, though.
You think that we're going to watch you? You think that we're going to listen to you? Literally spewing venom against everyone else, against Jews, against Muslims, against so-called black people, against immigrants, against Asians, against Indians, against basically anyone except white Anglo-Saxons. And somehow we're supposed to understand from all of that we got you wrong, and you're really a fair-minded, unbiased believer in human equality. Come on. And if we listen to all of your hatred and understand from that you are in fact a racist, white supremacist, bigoted, mouth-breathing, knuckle-dragging, hate-filled heathen, if that's what we take, then you'll just say, well, it's because we have low IQs. An example of white supremacy, you're the embodiment of white supremacy. It's the racial equivalent of malignant narcissism. You know, it's that fake superiority of the wholly inadequate, morally inadequate, intellectually inadequate, culturally inadequate, spiritually inadequate, developmentally inadequate, and trying to act superior. The only thing that you excel at is pretending otherwise. And if you interpret what I'm saying, by the way, let me clarify this.
Look, I've been saying it lately. I've been calling it out, man. Look, there's mediocrity in every race. What he's talking about is white mediocrity. I see a lot of people faking it till they make it. I see a lot of people faking it till they make it, y'all. I'm like, this motherfucker is a straight up dumbass. And they done gave this bitch the title of manager. And I'm like, dude, you got it. I'm like, bro, you got that position because you white. Because you ain't got no experience in this area at all. They could have promoted within. They gave it to you. You won't even work in this section, bro. That's white mediocrity. Faking it till you make it. I see them every day when I go to work. I'm like, God damn. And I just sit there and laugh at it. I'm like, bro, y'all can't not sit here and tell me. You can't sit here and say, hell, I'm going to give y'all a good example. Never mind. I'm not even going to go into that. I'm not even going to go into that. Nope. Not even going to do that. Not going to do it. I ain't trying to be mean. But nah, I see it every day, man. White mediocrity. Just like, dude, but sit here and look you in your face, y'all, and tell y'all, man, look, this ain't it. Look, stop leaving your eyes, bro. Like, bro, your eyes are lying to you, man. Look, listen to what I'm telling you. That's all they be trying to convince people. Some folks you seen the Cartier family, they said they buying into the shit. Talking about culture. Okay. Hey, my culture ain't known for doing this shit.
If you interpret what I'm saying as so-called reverse racism, no. I'm not even talking about it racially. You are. I don't attach your crimes to your skin color. You do. What I indict are your deeds. But you take that as an attack on so-called white people because you've got that on the brain. I don't. So-called white and so-called black is only a thing because you made it a thing and you insist on keeping it a thing.
Facts. That part right there. Matter of fact, Myron, because I'm about to cook. I'm about to cook and say something about this. Myron, go ahead and get it out of the way.
Again!
The concept of motherfucking race was invented by the people who said we need to stop talking about race. You motherfucking brought this shit to the table. You went out, killed that cat, and brought that cat home talking about we need to get that cat up out of here. You brought the motherfucker to the show. This whole concept of race is their fault. They made this shit up. They use that shit to classify people and demigrate people and put them into a caste system. They brought it up, and now they get mad that other people use that shit against them to call out their evils. We didn't make race. You did. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, y'all.
That puts you in a position of having to make European and American crimes like it's an inherent aspect of so-called whiteness. So that means that you can't repent from your crimes because you think that that would mean basically admitting that criminality is encoded in your DNA. That's what your sick theories and your ideas and your sick culture did to you. You racialize everything. So you can't even be honest about your history. Because you think that if you're honest about your history, then that would be a racial indictment. So for the sake of defending your so-called
that's what it would be.
Whiteness, okay? You either defend or you deny or you dismiss or you shift the blame for all of your horrific and shameful history. You don't have to do that. In fact, you have to not do that. Racialization is a sickness that you inflicted upon yourself, and then you inflicted it upon the rest of the world. So now you feel the need to try to side with or be loyal to or align yourself with literally unspeakable crimes. Just
like picture this, y'all. It's like having a brother or a sister that constantly stole from you, constantly did the most evil, fucked up shit to you they could possibly do as a sibling, but still come in your face and be like, why you don't like me? Why you don't like me, y'all? I know I stole from you, I robbed you, I burned your house down, I did shit to your kids, but why you don't like me, though? That's how some folks is in this country, bro. They wonder why certain people don't like them when they go overseas. Go overseas, man. White Americans ain't really the most accepted motherfuckers. That's why every time they do them travel advisories, it ain't for black Americans. It ain't mainly, but it's for them. They trying to warn their own folks, don't go to that country. We done did some fucked up shit in that country, and they might be a little mad at us. Don't go over there. That shit ain't for us. That shit for them. It's like, bro, you think somebody just gonna, like, I don't understand how, the mindset of it. Like, this country really has an issue with actually coming to terms with its past and repenting for that shit. Because you're gonna constantly have this problem. I've said it many a times for years. Like, bro, if you just admit that you was wrong, then we can move past this. These motherfuckers sitting on excuses. Yeah, we had slaves, but we freed the slaves. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? So that excuses to all them years, them hundreds of years. And black people even fought for their own fucking freedom. Y'all motherfuckers was warring with each other. Another case of white on white violence. Y'all warring with each other over this shit. But like, come on, bro. If you don't reconcile the past, and then it shows you how even evil it was. Because like, look, let's say they freed the slaves, y'all. Look, They ain't getting them black folks nothing when the motherfuckers came out of slavery. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. But every slave master that had to let his black slave go, the federal government gave him money for each one of them bitches. So even in the face of y'all free, but look, I'm gonna pay you. I know we fought this war. We said it. You know what you was doing was wrong. We still gonna pay you for your hard times. You know, he goes, nigga, you ain't getting nothing though. Like, what do you talk? Like, come on, bro. These people talking to us, telling me something. Bitch, you don't, man, hold on, Soldier Boy, man, one more time, Soldier, man.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
I don't know who the fuck these motherfuckers think they is, man, because I swear they be convincing folks, and them Cartier boys, they done bought into that dumb shit. Like, bro, you crazy as fuck. Think I'm gonna sit next to a motherfucker that done did all that shit and act like they ain't nothing happened. Bitch, you crazy? Better sit your ass down, son. You crazy as shit.
Because the people who committed those crimes were wearing the same color skin as you. You created this atrocious notion that so-called race is actually a meaningful classification of human beings, and that it's hierarchical, and that it denotes all of the sorts of qualities and traits that are actually only present in a human being by their conscious choices, not by genetic coding. You know, like the choice to be decent, to be peaceful, or to be indecent, or to be violent. The choice to be kind or the choice to be cruel. You act like this is all based on their skin color. These are not immutable qualities, like your melanin composition or your bone structure. These are from conscious choice. I'm not making an indictment of white people. I'm making an indictment of evil people. But what you hear is white people. So you hear me calling you immutably evil. That's your philosophy, not mine. We're Muslims. We categorize people according to their beliefs and according to their conscious behavior, according to their actions, not by the texture of their hair or the shape of their nose or their skin tone. That's ludicrous. So you think that you cannot rebuke the whole brutal history of your countries because you imagine that would mean you are rebuking your so-called race.
Look, you know something funny too? When he mentioned the nose, fucking y'all know they just found another statue of a pharaoh, and it's probably one of the oldest ones ever. And they didn't have enough time to like shoot the nose off the bits, and that motherfucker statue looked like straight nigga. Yeah. But you know, for the longest they've been telling you black folks didn't build the pyramids. They weren't in Egypt. Those are the people that are there now that was there. Man, these motherfuckers that done moved in after the black folks got moved out. Those are not the people of that time. And you really have to ask yourself, why would you lie about history so much? Why would you lie to a group of people and tell them that they've never done anything for so long? What were you trying to avoid? What was the ultimate goal of that? But they don't want to. The devil will come to steal, kill, and destroy. And also now they have multiplied it up a little bit. You know, they had to get with the times and elevate and evolve a little bit. Manipulate too. Gotta know how to manipulate.
It's very important to you, and therefore you would be rebuking yourself and your whole identity. And that's what makes you integrate that whole brutal history into your identity. You understand? That is as monstrous as it is unnecessary. You can choose to associate yourself with those who do good, those who are just, and those who have been victimized, and those who have been wronged. You can do that, even if their so-called race is different from yours, and even if their oppressors were from your so-called race. Choosing to align and choosing to affiliate on the basis of values and beliefs and actions, that's what you can do. You can use that as the criteria for categorizing people. That's sensible. Yeah. And then you'll never be stuck trying to defend horrible behavior. You'll never be stuck trying to justify crimes. You'll never be stuck denying factual history.
And that's why I don't never be stuck on this show. Like, somebody can go back in my, like, and this is why I'm waiting for the day that somebody try to do that, because somebody tried to do that shit to me before. They try to go back and watch some of my old videos and be like, I got you, nigga. No, you don't. No, you don't. I carry myself a certain way and I try my best to be on the right path. Now, if I'm wrong on something, I will always come back and correct myself and apologize for it. I ain't got no shame in my motherfucking game. I can do that because I'm a grown ass man and that's how grown men should operate. But I be laughing. These motherfuckers can't go back. They don't like when people go back and bring them receipts. There ain't gonna be no receipts you can bring on me. Like, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy, bro. The dude, look, this is wisdom. What's coming out of his mouth is wisdom and truth. And for those who don't like to hear it, you might want to think about something. You can have your arguments and disagree, but the facts are the facts, and what happened throughout history is what happened throughout history, no matter how much a certain group of people want to change that. It's going to live in the hearts and the minds of everybody that's still here, whether you destroy all the books, whether you stop teaching in the education system. It's going to get passed in that family. That knowledge is going to get passed on. Them stories are going to get passed on. And it's not going to be fucking forgotten. It's not. So it's best to goddamn just go ahead and come to the table and fix that shit, and we can move on from it. But it's the audacity to sit here and act like nothing has happened and just try to keep moving like everything's okay. I don't know what they're complaining about. Everything's okay. But every time something that you don't like happens, you want to change the fucking world. You want to bomb somebody. You want to kick a whole race of people up out of a country. You want to do all this crazy shit as soon as you feel some type of way. But for actual shit that has happened, you don't want to say a motherfucking thing. Make that shit make sense. Got my boy Kane in the building. Salute, sir. We up in this bitch.
Yeah. What's good?
See, man, shit, living the goddamn dream. See,
Right.
Kane said from the future is Saturday. That motherfucker must have went out of his time zone. But nah, man, give me your thoughts on this shit, Kane, man, because this shit crazy, man. But he preaching.
Oh yeah, I kind of came in like at the middle, but like I know what he's talking about is some real shit. So like basically, like I get the gist of the Caucasians are mad that we pulling up receipts or some shit. You know, I know he's talking some real shit, man. But I try to I'm just trying to catch up to where he at right now.
All right, well, yo, check it. Let's keep riding, y'all, because we got to get through this. I got to show y'all one more after this, and we already cutting it close. I might go over tonight. I'm gonna have to put a poll in, see if y'all want me to go over 2 hours. But let's try to see if we can get under 2 hours.
But see, this is why I've said repeatedly, talking about the West, I've said repeatedly, your culture let you down. Your so-called civilization let you down. They wired their societies. They wired your societies so badly. They programmed you so badly. And it goes so deep that at this point, you're basically malware. You know, you enter into a conversation and everybody's antivirus protection software goes off. Threat detected. You're radioactive. You're radioactive, and still you act like the solution to your radioactivity is more uranium. Your so-called civilization infected you with so many false ideologies, so many malignant characteristics and traits, so many bad habits, so many mental and thinking disorders.
Think about what he's actually saying, man. Like, we fought a civil war. We've had civil rights to push back on all this racism, and look at where we are right now in America. These motherfuckers are doubling down on being racist.
Yeah, shit, fucking nigga triple down, dog. But they motherfucking triple down and they gas like god damn, and projecting and deflecting. God damn.
I'm like, dude, he's like, look, you the virus, and you over here fighting all this malware. Like, nigga, he ain't lying. And for anybody that sit around here and say we lying and we making shit up, like, bro, they raised money, almost $1 million for a white woman. They called a 5-year, 6-year-old autistic kid a nigga. They raised almost $1 million for that bitch. They tripling double down on this motherfucking shit, bro. Like, but they'll tell you ain't nothing going on. Once again, going to his point earlier. Do the shit and then tell you it ain't happening. Hey, look, man, I know I'm pissing in your face, but that's just water. That's just water, nigga.
That shit is digital. That shit digital.
This shit crazy, man. Look, he cooked out. I gotta let him say that last part again, man. He cooked on that one, bro.
For societies so badly. They programmed you so badly. And it goes so deep that at this point, you're basically malware. You know, you enter into a conversation and everybody's antivirus protection software goes off. Threat detected. You're radioactive. You're radioactive, and still you act like the solution to your radioactivity is more uranium. Your so-called civilization infected you with so many false ideologies, so many malignant characteristics and traits, so many bad habits, so many mental and thinking disorders that your civilization doomed you to disgrace. And that's a shame. It's a shame, but it's no longer anyone else's problem but yours. This is what you really have to understand. Not only is it not the rest of the world's responsibility to fix you, they're not even obliged to tolerate you. And this goes back to what I talked about before, about the necessity of erecting barriers around yourself and around your discourse and around your interactions. Because right from the outstart, on that space that I was listening to, that white supremacist, on that X space, he was, and obviously he was a bad faith actor. Not only do these types of people not want to engage sincerely in discussion, they don't even have the ability to do so. They're not capable of sincerity. And no one should feel reluctant about muting those people. They're disruptive. Like I said, the way they engage is tactically designed to try to undermine rational discourse. You need to get them out. Understand, no one is entitled to be in your conversations. No one is entitled to inject themselves and inject their nonsense and inject their aggressive ignorance into your mind. I said they're radioactive. They should be quarantined. Understand? They have lost the privilege of participating in serious discussions. They've lost the privilege of being listened to. For Muslims, for people in the global south, for people who are genuinely serious about social issues, issues of justice, international affairs, and so on, humanity, okay? You need to prove your own seriousness by expelling unserious people from your spaces. It's like protecting yourself from the waswasa of shaitan, honestly. It's no different. Build your community and understand that part of building your community includes knowing who doesn't belong there. Knowing whose presence in your community is destructive and disruptive. Not letting these kinds of people come into your spaces isn't some kind of violation of their rights. No, their invasion and infiltration of your spaces is a violation of your rights. Don't let them contaminate the intellectual hygiene of your discourse. They've got plenty of other places they can go to spew their rancor. So ask yourself, why are they coming to you? Why are they coming to your spaces and your conversations? It's disrespectful, but it's intentional disrespect. You understand?
People say it all the time, man. I understand it. White people are really, really nosy. I'm just gonna speak on my own personal experience. I've noticed that. You always wonder what somebody else got going on. Like, I remember outside my job one day. Outside my job one day, it was this car that's been parked out there for a while, man. They had nothing else going on in their life. So one day they was like, man, let's just all go over there and look inside the car. It's been there for a while. Why you care about that motherfucking car?
Right.
I'm getting in the
the cat. Curiosity killed the cat, remember?
Like real shit, man. I'm walking in, about to go in the door, put my code in. They're like, man, you seen that car over there? I was like, yeah, I've seen that shit. I mean, it's been there forever. Who gives a fuck? It ain't yours.
Right. Have y'all watched the movie Bait Car? It could be a bait car or somebody doing some gang stalking shit. But don't worry about it. Just motherfucking stay protected in your home, safe with your family.
Oh. I tell people all the time, man, mind your motherfucking business. But the problem is a lot of motherfuckers ain't got no business. So they all up in your shit. He ain't lying about this, man. Think about all this shit, man. People, open y'all ears, open y'all eyes, and open y'all mind and start thinking. Really think about your life and see how so many people are just always in other people's fucking business. Just, what y'all doing over there? None of your motherfucking business, bitch. The fuck is going on around here? He ain't lying. He is not lying, man. Why you think the United States is in every fucking country and out in almost every country, and they're trying to have a foothold in every country because they want to know what everybody else is fucking doing. They want control over all this. What y'all doing? Because if I know what y'all doing, then I can plan around it. If it ain't in my interest, I'm gonna fuck you up. Just nosy. No goddamn reason. But either way, though.
Dan, it's actually a test to see whether or not you respect yourself enough to kick them out. No, don't let them hijack your platform for their hate and their ignorance and their blame shifting. Don't do that. Don't let your platforms, don't let your discourse, your discussions, your conversations, and so on become vehicles for their propaganda. You're building macro level realities through realities at the micro level. You need to be strict. You need to be vigilant. And you need to be serious. And you need to police the quality of what you expose yourself to and what you expose others to through what you allow on your platform. Think about it. Why do you think that these people are coming into our spaces in the first place? Why do you think they're coming onto our platforms specifically? You notice they're coming into pro-Palestinian spaces, trying to spin narratives to exonerate themselves because they're getting squeezed. They're trying to cut a deal with the DA. It's like that. They are coming into pro-Palestinian spaces because they want to cut a deal. They want to get themselves off the hook by making a direct appeal, by making direct contact with the people who are prosecuting the genocide in the public sphere. It's clear as day. That's why they're coming. Otherwise, they would never have condescended to talk to any of us before.
Yeah, just like all them kids on them college campuses that protesting against Israel and what's going on over there. What they did? They went in there and told them, no, look, school, we ain't gonna give y'all no funding if y'all let them keep protesting, even though, you know, in America we got freedom of speech, but you can't fucking protest against Israel. Ain't nobody see them doing that?
They protest against Israel.
Yeah,
because every state gives Israel money. I'm like, how did every state in the country give Israel money? I ain't know that. I gotta look more into that shit. What the fuck?
I remember when I did that video talking about this, and I asked at the end of it when it pertained to Israel. I'm like, with everything that we do in this country for that country, man, look, you really got to sit back and ask yourself, what they got on the United States? What do they have?
Right, you know, they probably got bribery pictures like Epstein do.
Yeah, like, hey, look, they say he is a Mossad fucking agent anyway. So I'm like, look, Mossad is associated with what you call it. But I'm like, what? But think about it. This has been happening ever since fucking. He named all the presidents. How far back it went, all the way to Truman and shit. So I'm like, bro, we've been on this type of shit. What do they have on us?
You got the
These motherfuckers told. I covered it in a video, man. I told y'all, man. And it was like, literally, if you don't believe me, y'all can Google it and look it up. You can easily Google it real fast. The federal government literally has a policy, certain states especially, mainly I think like Texas and some other ones. But if you don't pledge allegiance to support Israel, if you say you're going to boycott Israel, let a hurricane or a flood or a tornado or something come to your city, you not getting no goddamn federal funding. You're not going to get no relief. No federal relief or state relief because you disavow Israel. You really got to ask yourself, man, what the fuck do these people got on us, man? I really want to know. I really want to know what they got.
They got a motherfucking debt receipt and some pictures of some child trafficking, allegedly. Everybody, allegedly.
This shit crazy, man. This shit crazy. But here, let him finish out because he almost about to be done cooking.
Honestly. It's because they're getting squeezed right now. Their feet are to the fire. So now you see white supremacists, racist, Western exceptionalists suddenly showing up in Muslim spaces, suddenly showing up in pro-Palestinian spaces. You and I know that they hate us. They hate people like us. They don't believe in anything that we believe in. But here they are, coming to our doors to plead their case. And because they are so inherently dishonest, so inherently cowardly, they can't even plead their case on the basis of them being good, but on the basis of other people being worse. Understand? Trying to misdirect our anger, trying to throw us off the scent. That's the only reason they're showing up at our doors, on our platforms, in our conversations. You know, and you have two types of these. You have the neo-Nazi type, which tells you, you know, that the problem is only the Jews. And then there's that other type, that George Galloway, Scott Ritter, colonizer activist type, the camouflage neocon type, who tells you that the whole problem is the Arabs and the Arab rulers and so on. These are the same. These two types are the same. All they're trying to do is exonerate America and exonerate the West, exonerate so-called white people. Honestly, imagine letting your enemy tell you who your enemy is and you believe him. You must think we're stupid. Truly, you never do right. You only ever gaslight. It's a shame that you're like that, but you are like that. And unless and until you're better, you know, because you should try to be better. But unless until you are better, you have no place at our tables.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying about it. I'm one of them people that still gonna have the conversation, but say it again.
That's right. It's like got no place at our table. No.
I'm going to hit him.
You're goddamn right.
Like straight up. Like the man wasn't fucking lying, man. I know that probably bothered some folks. But remember, we were talking about culture, man. In the very beginning, Kane, we talking about culture. And Nick was focusing on how bad the black people culture is. And that it's not a race thing, it's a culture thing. Going off of what he just listed about their culture, which one would you say is worse right now?
I know it may look like ours is, but it's really them because like they the one doing all the motherfucking genocide and shit. They've been doing this shit since they got off the boat. Like, yeah, and plus like they all mentally ill, they all the fucking school shooters, they all got the mental problems. And shit, you know, but they throw the spotlight on us and put us in a whole bunch of propaganda, throw us all over the shit. And the Tavistock Institute be motherfucking pushing these agendas to give to the government and to the industry to motherfucking push these agendas to make us look like degenerates also. You know, man, but it's the real enemy that's making us look like we're the enemy, so we can point our finger at other people instead of the real enemy, which is our government and the ones above. Viva la revolution!
Hey, Viva! I'm with you on that shit. Look, man, we have been brainwashed so much in this country to believe certain shit. I even carry some of those stereotypes, and I have to check myself when it comes down to it, because really it comes down to people. Like, and that's why tomorrow when I cover, we're gonna go over the Cincinnati brawl situation, and I'm gonna show you a double standard. How one situation can be viewed as one thing and another one can be viewed as another. And I'm gonna show you the double standard comes to the same people that we're talking about tonight. How their evils are excused and blamed on other people and things of that sort. But everybody else shit is the most serious thing in the goddamn world. And we got to do something about this. We got to do something about this now, y'all, because we're bothered. But when we do shit like that, we don't want to say nothing about it. That's where that whole term mental illness shit came from. That was another deflection from holding the motherfucker accountable for doing what the fuck they did. Everybody fucking mentally ill now. Yeah, I shot a church up, I shot a gas station up, shot a fucking school up. Oh, this is mental illness. Nah, how about that's this fucking evil, and we need to figure out how the fuck you raising your kids, since you want to talk about everybody else's kids doing something. But it's just a deflection to keep the light off of them. And people need to catch on to shit like that. People really need to catch on to that shit. But for folks like the Cartier family and folks like who we about to talk about right now, the Hodge twins, for all my black brothers and sisters that get out here and argue the oppressors' talking points, I want you to understand, at the end of the day, it's not about culture. It's about your skin tone. So no matter what the fuck you say, no matter how much you shook and jive, you are not going to be accepted over there, bro. And I don't even understand why you want to in the first place.
And in the words of Kanye West, even if you got a Benz, you're still a nigga in a coupe.
Plain and simple. Keeping it real. Man, check this, man. The last video, y'all, we got O'Shea Duke Jackson. He about to break it down for you, because the Hodge twins got a little wake-up call. Folks had to tell them about themselves, kind of like Myron Gaines got told. But either way, check this shit out, y'all.
It wasn't so long ago that a guy by the name of Eric Orwell went viral. He's a Caucasian man that's in Arkansas, and his group, RTTL, Return to the Land, they're going viral for building all white communities in Arkansas and in Missouri. And he was interviewed on TMZ. He was asked a particular question.
Why is European heritage the purest form of European heritage, something that you embrace to the exclusion of others?
Okay, guys, you heard that question. His response was pretty interesting.
Well, for something to be what it is, it has to not be other things.
So for something to be one thing, it cannot be the other. This is his defense for starting an all-white town. He wants to have shared values, shared phenotype, a particular shared culture. And what he's saying is, as much as I may like you, or I may think highly of you, you are not this because you are something else. And this is important for racism. This is where it starts. There's a fundamental principle about it. Anybody who practices that will say, because you are not this, you are the other thing. And then the two things cannot mix.
He's right, you know.
But this hasn't stopped certain people from grifting. And one of the guys that grift a lot are the Hodge twins. Now, the Hodge twins started off on YouTube doing, in my honest opinion, bodybuilding and satire, and they built a really, really, really big fan base. Well, their low-budget videos and lack of innovation in the way they were going caused their fan base to fail. And people started to notice a change in the content.
Somebody needs to study the fall off of the Hodge twins, because I was really thinking about this the other day. I was like, is this a case of like chasing the bag and also inadvertently fumbling a future bag?
So this particular person was a fan of the Hodge twins, and he realized something.
Them two being these two big light-skinned, raunchy brothers that are twins just makes sense in those kind of movies. Judd Apatow would have loved the Hodge twins, right? And I think to myself, that potential was screwed up because they thought to themselves, the conservative money will always be consistent and will always be coming. It's always going to be there.
So he understood something that's pretty interesting. First of all, the Hodge twins, they could have went to Hollywood with their natural talent, but they sold out. And how did they sell out? Well, they started making conservative media content. But what kind of content? Well, it was the content that started disrespecting blacks. If you can go to their Twitter space, they do it all day long. Look at this one, July 29th. The kids get on it too. If you think blacks today are bad, just wait for the next generation. This is a lot of their content. Look at this one. The black trans-genders are always the worst. He also says this, black guy with the pack and black hoodie embarrasses himself in AutoZone when the manager was watching him. So basically what happens is that the Hodge twins went from a comedic duo to an anti-black conservative duo in order to make money once their comedic duo started going down. You got to understand something, that their mother was black. So they love their black mother a lot, but they did grift to this particular kind of conservative anti-black leaning space alongside of people, let's say like Candace Owens or Brandon Tatum. And it's gotten a lot of people upset.
The Hodge twins are demons, bro. These two guys are demons. There's no other word to describe them. They have millions of followers. They've been on YouTube and they've been on social media for over 10 years, and they built their platform basically by bashing black people, and they decided to use their platform to attack a 17-year-old, a young man, not even an adult yet. And they're using their platform to try to attack not only this man's character, his family's character before the trial even starts, so that way the public view will not think highly of him or his family.
As you can see here, you have somebody upset because the Hodge twins were basically, they're hating on Carmelo Anthony only to appease their all-white audience. Fast forward! Now, one of the things that the Hodge twins will do is they will react to videos. It just so happened that they were reacting to the Eric Arval video, and they were reacting to this new All White Town documentary, and they said something that was interesting.
To be honest, I don't want to live in the United States of America if it's not majority white. Once it becomes majority non-white, it's gonna be a much different country. It's gonna be a much different country. Well, that's just a fact. If you just look at voting statistics, how ethnicities other than white vote, this country will be totally different. So I understand the fear of white people want to live in a country that's majority non-white. I understand that fear wholeheartedly, because I don't want to live in a country that's majority non-white, because it would systematically change our country.
Now, they said something that was
if it's different, does that make it bad? Say, hey man, I moved into a new house. The new house is different than the old house. Doesn't make my old house bad.
Right.
Is my new house bad? Like, which one does it make it bad? Okay, they fear that they're gonna be replaced because it'll be bad. Okay, whatever the fuck. Either way, don't. Hodge twins. I'm gonna let them keep going.
For me, they don't want to live in America when it's not the majority of white people, even though they themselves are not white. So they're saying if the white people leave America, they're going to leave America too. What? But they're not the only guys that talk like this.
America is a nation, not just from an economic standpoint, but we also have an identity too, a cultural identity. And I'll tell you guys this too. As someone who's a first-generation American, my family's from Sudan, etc., I should not be saying this stuff, but I'm going to be honest. A lot of these guys that come from the third world, to include my old homeland, come here and scam. And the reality is, if we want America to stay America, we got to keep it majority white. We got to keep it the way it was founded.
Now that's Myron of Fresh and Fit, basically saying the same thing. He wants an all-white America, even though he's from Sudan originally. We need to keep America white, although he is not white. But there was a time where Myron, who was trying to defend white races, got into a battle with a guy, basically calling him a saying N-word.
But you're sitting behind a Anon account, can't even stand behind what the you're saying. You got the nerve to talk to me when I got my real name out there, my real face out there. I'm live every day talking about actually contributing to the fight, and you got the gall to sit there and call me a saying, you piece of. I hope you wake up and have the replay, and I hope I come on a space like a see your dumb and actually talk to you. This is the problem that we have in these spaces. We got these stupid, autistic that will sit there and say, well, you're not white, so you can't talk about this, or you're... And it's like, okay, Reed, you want to go ahead and have this fight by yourself where no one's going to take you seriously because they're going to just think you're a kid member? That's a problem.
So this is Myron basically going off on the guy for calling him all of that. But guess what?
And you know what's also funny? I'm one of the biggest advocates for white white people being able to practice and say white power, be able to maintain their relationship with white women, etc. I'm actually one of the biggest proponents of white people being able to say, hey, I want to keep my race white. I actually respect that, and I fight for their ability to say that. Then you get kids like this guy that come in and try to shit on one of their biggest advocates that has a platform that's of the other color, saying this stupid. Idiots like you make me realize, damn, I shouldn't even be defending these. You're lucky that I really respect freedom of speech, and I'm a free speech absolutist, so I will fight for your ability to say the stupid ass that you say, you stupid.
He's still telling a guy, look, I support you, even though you're disrespecting me, because I believe in free speech. I'm the one trying to help you guys stay white. Here you are being mean to me, which is crazy because those guys don't even care anything about you, but you're doing that. But this is where the Hodge twins get their Negro wake-up call. So the Hodge twins go on to Twitter, and then they put this message. Hey, Arval, I know your community is whites only, but could you make exceptions for us two Negroes? We're not even full sub-Saharan. We are over 40% white. And Arval says this. God bless the Hodge twins. But no. It's crazy to be out there defending these.
Let's play that one more time. These motherfuckers out here shucking and jiving for these folks. And y'all ask them what?
Twins go on to Twitter, and then they put this message. Hey, Arval, I know your community is whites only, but could you make exceptions for us two Negroes? We're not even full sub-Saharan. We are over 40% white. And Arval says this. God bless the Hodge twins. But no. It's crazy.
Damn.
Damn.
All that shucking and jiving. They ain't letting your ass in there. But here go. It's about culture, though, right? It's about culture. And they espouse everything that white people claim their culture is. White people love them. It's about culture, Hurricane. Watch this.
To be out there defending these Caucasians all day, but the people that you want to appeal to might be closely feeling like Arval, because the majority of the Hodge twins content is anti-black. So if your content is anti-black, it must mean that the whites who are listening to you can feel very closely to you. So they don't want to live around blacks either. But there's a problem. You're black. Byron's black. If they're building an all-white community, they don't want you there, because it's good that you guys are nice and God bless you. And we love the fact that you call out anti-blackness, but you're not allowed here. And it's so crazy is these guys know this. Myron knows it. Hodge twins knows it. The Hodge twins, they're getting paid from it. Myron's not even getting paid from it, but anything to be closer to White Zaddy. If you don't want to be around me, I'm not going to help you why you don't want to be around me. That's stupid, but that's how sick that some blacks are. You would rather help somebody who dislikes you, doesn't want to be anywhere around you, and fight other people to help them basically get ahead. You sound stupid. But God, what do you think it should be, B. Jackson?
And that's why I have a problem. Because it's not about culture, folks. It's never been about culture. It's never going to be about culture. It's all about your skin tone. See, Uncanny said Hodge twins are an embarrassment for trying to enter that cult. Yeah, they are. People sitting around here talking about culture, man. It ain't about no goddamn culture, bro. That's just another way of just saying, look, it's a dog whistle. And people don't understand the term dog whistle. It's pretty much saying something that racist people will relate to, know what you're speaking about, without saying the racist shit. It's like calling people thugs. They seem to like to only use that term thugs when they referring to certain people. I ain't calling them niggas though. I called them a thug. Shit. These dog whistles is crazy, but to sit out here, and I think it's funny, man. I look, all these people that do that dumb shit, man. I hope they get everything they got coming to them, man. Like for real, I don't wish nothing good on them. I don't wish nothing bad on them, but I don't wish nothing good. I'm indifferent on their ass. Like y'all sit around all day, Hodge twins, Cartier family, sit around and dog out black people for the praise and the admiration of white folks, and these folks don't give a fuck about you, bruh. In the grand scheme of things. And I'm not talking about everybody, because every black person ain't good, every white person ain't good. That don't mean all of them bad either, though. But This shit right here, this demonization of a group of people in America, and I'm a part of that community, bro. I'm gonna stand up and speak out for my folks, man. I don't know what everybody else on. I don't know what everybody else on. Man, Hurricane, give me your thoughts on what he was talking about, man. I'm talking too much.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, dog. But like, I ain't know nothing about the Hodge twins, but like I know who Myron is, and like it's just crazy, man. But like what people don't want to talk about is these motherfuckers came and took this land. Like we should be on the mindset of getting them off of this motherfucker. Like that's what nobody don't want to talk about because it's called inciting. But people are revolution. The only solution is revolution. Like what the bullshit. But if they want to do their own thing in their own community, like you said, do their own thing. They probably cannibals or something, or try to make a cult. But like we shouldn't care. But like if we start this revolution, it should be over.
Man, no, the funny thing is they the ones who really on that revolution before you would be on the Hurricane. The motherfucker been plotting.
I know, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm like, look, how you in a winning position and you want to tear it down? Like you've been winning the whole time we've been playing this game, but you the one who want to tear it down. People done got too much power. You still winning, man. Too much. So I want to tear it down. I want to spark off a civil war or a race war or some shit like that. Like we covered the video where the FBI informant was talking the whole time, telling us about this shit. The same night we did the one talking about the White Town. Like, bro, it's crazy, man. It don't make no fucking sense. That's why everything Shade talked about, dude, it's facts, man. Like, it's straight up facts, man. We got a group of people that talk about everybody else and talk about how bad they are and what they done did. But when you look at their track record, I'm like, bitch, who the fuck are you to talk? But then you get all the people that come and block, all the people that say I wouldn't have did this, I wouldn't have did that, coming and blocking for the wrongs of the past. It's like when we say, man, look, we need to get that statue down, that Confederate general statue, man, you need to put that in a museum or something. No. It's like, what, bro, you want black people to constantly have to walk past this motherfucker that wanted to keep them as slaves? Like, put it in the museum, bro. You can go sit in the museum. No, history, you're trying to what? But if somebody want to be, somebody want to identify as something else, that's a big problem. They don't fuck with you. Like, bitch, you can call yourself a cat, dog. I don't give a fuck. Do your thing. Just keep it over there. You got a problem with that? It's like, dude, man. I don't know what the fuck. See, Kenny said a whole white community and nobody gave a fuck. Like, for real. Like, because I remember at the end of that video when I covered that shit. When I covered it, I was like, man, I hope people understand. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I hope they do it. I hope they get that shit going, like, for real. Because I think they got I think it was like 10 families out there right now. I hope they build that shit to be a whole fucking city and town. Take your racist ass up there in the mountains, bro. Get the fuck away from the rest of us. I'm fine with that. If you want to self-isolate, man, self-isolate. I'm fine with that. I don't care. The problem is, like, motherfuckers, they care what everybody else doing. Like, I don't give a fuck. Take your ass up there in the motherfucking mountains, bro. I ain't got no problem with that, bitch. Y'all the only ones that want to be up there anyway. Nigga trying to go up in no goddamn mountains. We ain't trying to go no.
The crazy thing about it is, like, no one would have never knew if, like, they would have never put this shit on the news. Like, it's like, nigga, like, why is y'all trying to motherfucking publicize y'all trying to get the fuck away? Like, nigga, like, y'all just got the fuck away and didn't say shit.
Yeah. Like, look, he trying because he trying to get more money. That dude trying to get more money to like help build on all this shit. It's kind of like Dr. Umar, they trying to get that school up, trying to get that school up and shit. I'm like, man, they just need some more money. That's why they try. And then on top of that, they want a dog whistle and get that shit out because we live in a country of freedom of speech. They want a dog whistle to the other folks that think the same way. Like, look, you can do it too. Yeah. Like, bitch, you always been able to fucking do it. What the fuck you talking about? That's where segregation came from. People act like segregation done ended. There are black neighborhoods and there are white neighborhoods. There's mixed neighborhoods. We are still segregated to this day. Everything they claim they done fucking stopped, they ain't stopped shit, bro. We ended slavery. Really? No, you didn't. You ain't no goddamn slavery. Look at your 14th Amendment. Unless Punishment for crimes. They forgot that little small part. You ain't in that shit. You ain't eradicate that shit. We ended segregation. No, you didn't. Look at the school districts. That's why people be complaining. These kids, these black kids grow up in these impoverished ass communities because y'all have done so much racism over time, you know, not loaning the black people, redlining and shit, fucking bringing drugs into our communities. You know, slavery didn't get no money after that goddamn shit, while you gave money to the folks that enslaved us and shit, you know, didn't have no chance to operate in the goddamn free land grab when y'all let people go to the West and just fucking plot up land, plot on any land and fucking take care of it, they can have it. None of all these things. Y'all motherfuckers wasn't getting fucking injected with fucking syphilis in the military, and motherfuckers sitting there watching y'all asses to see how it happened and didn't tell y'all nothing about it. Want you to go home and fuck your wife, knowing you got this goddamn disease just to see how it would play out. We didn't do that shit.
Yeah,
but you wondering why the fuck we in the position we in. Like, man, look, these motherfuckers try to act like they done changed a lot. They ain't changed shit, bruh. Ain't changed shit.
Well, same shit, different pile.
Just
same
for
shit,
real.
different pile.
That's all I did a video the other day. Well, Charlie Kirk was on that motherfucker. And he like they like to go to these college campuses and debate these students. Knowing these young folks, like 18, 19, 20. These grown ass men going out here debating these young kids. Because they kids in my book. Even though they grown, they get grown because, you know, when I was around that age, I said I was grown too, but I still thought like a little kid. Stupid. But fucking they go out there and debate these motherfuckers and listen to the argument that this motherfucker made about black. And he brought it up, which is the craziest shit. Brought up about black people. I don't understand why he brought this up. But I'm gonna show it to you. Y'all, because I'm actually gonna ride for a little bit tonight. We're gonna ride for a little bit tonight. I got a few things I wanna go through because this topic right here tonight is crazy. But Hurricane, say something while I'm looking for this video because I can't find it right now.
Gotcha. Well, you can find me at Hurricane JW, home of the Put the Government podcast. I just dropped some new music. But yeah, if I just covered some news, YouTube is trying to do that ID verification shit on August 13th. So it's going to be ran by bots. So like if people get mistaken as a minor, you're going to have to give up some information. They talk about a selfie and your ID and driver's license, and people is tripping about it.
What does a dinosaur use to pay bills?
I'm going to say my bad. I got fucking
yeah, but I think that's about it. You know, they're just trying to do it all over the world too. You know, they already did it in the UK. I think I got to cover some news. They're doing something in Ireland right now, but like Australia and the UK, and now they're trying to do it over here. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
You saying like face
Censorship.
recognition or something else?
Yeah, they want your ID, driver's license, and they talking about a selfie too. You know, they talk about they trying to do this on the 13th. You know, like that's if the YouTube bot algorithm shit, you know, that they created scan you wrong. You know, they say they're gonna scan on your whole page going back for years to make sure you're not a minor. But people are tripping because like they got to give up their information when they never had to. You know what I'm saying? You know, like it's an invasion of privacy.
Now, look, man, motherfuckers, like if motherfuckers don't want to go with the flow, man, look, man, it's a crazy thing because they already know that a lot of people probably, especially like the content creators, they know they money out there. This where they making their money. So they probably just gonna opt in, and they know if they get them to opt in, most other people gonna opt in just because of that, even though they know it's some bullshit. Because that's a violation.
Yeah.
Like my African brother, my Caribbean brother, that is a violation. And UK brother. That's a violation right there. But that's crazy. When they said they were gonna do that?
August 13th.
That's right around the corner, y'all.
Yeah, right around the corner.
Don't forget to get ready. I'm ready. Hey, look, I'll be on standby.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, shit, man. I already got the verification.
Yo, they should go to my page and see. Fuck the government. They like, all right, this is a grown nigga right here. This is the first thing I see is fuck the government. Okay, he grown. But since it's gonna be a bot doing it, who knows? Who fucking knows?
Hey, look, and they AI. We already know. For anybody that's a content creator on YouTube, y'all already know that their AI sucks. It flags shit it shouldn't be flagging. It's stupid. They need to just fucking go away from that shit. and fucking pay some people because especially for smaller content creators. Like, man, dude, that shit suck because they'll fucking demonetize one of your videos real quick, or just not even let that bitch be played. And I'm like, bitch, I got it off of I'm reacting to something off of somebody else's pages on YouTube. You ain't got no recourse.
Right, them cheap bastard. Like, there's more motherfucking telemarketer scam callers from other countries calling my phone. Like, damn, nigga, how the fuck 1,000 niggas can get a job doing this scam shit, but y'all can't hire no motherfuckers to get behind a computer and monitor a motherfucking YouTube page. Y'all motherfuckers wildin'.
Especially when they bring in as much money as they bring in, man. Because YouTube, that motherfucker is a multi-billion-dollar company, bro.
For real.
And Google bought that shit at a good time, man. That motherfucker making money off of this shit. But here, check it. Let me show y'all this shit because Charlie, these conservatives like to go and try to make these kids look dumb on college campuses. I want to get your thoughts after this, Hurricane. After I play this. Hold on, I got to do it again. Bye.
Should black people get reparations? I believe they should. Why should we generalize and say reparations for black people?
Because there are people that are in a worse place because their family was brought here as slaves.
So over 150 years, they didn't have any ability to make better decisions, to save money, and to invest. It was such a big deal.
Are you blaming a person for being stuck in indentured servitude?
How did the Jews get so wealthy post-Holocaust? How did the Jews get so wealthy? How did the Asians get so wealthy?
Reparations. The answer is reparations. The Jews that came here as refugees from Europe during World War II, believe it or not, even though they weren't American citizens, received reparations to help them out. That's why their descendants are so wealthy today. The Japanese Americans that were interned during World War II also received reparations. That's why their descendants are so wealthy today.
Oh, and he missed one, y'all. The slave masters that used to own slaves also got reparations for all the slaves that got free. Every individual slave that they had to set free, they got paid for it from the federal government. Everybody in this country done got reparations, but they doing their best to not give it to black folks. Ask yourself why.
Should black?
And that's a real question a lot of people need to ask themselves. Why?
Hey, if that don't motherfucking strike a fire in somebody's soul, dog. They owe us reparations. They owe us reparations, land, all this shit. You know, like this why you gotta start a revolution to get these motherfuckers off this bitch. These motherfuckers off this motherfucking land. I'm like, God damn, man, nigga, I don't want to talk no ethnic cleansing talk, but God damn, dog.
You remember a couple years back, motherfuckers were saying like, oh, we already gave you your reparations, food stamps and Section 8. I remember that being a conservative talking point.
Oh my God, nigga, that's some bullshit because like food stamps ain't nothing but digital numbers in the fucking computer as non-existent cash. And the motherfucking Section 8 is like what?
The fucked up shit is I always tell the folks that used to make excuses like that. I mean, like, so you telling me black people got reparations in this form, but in that form, everybody else can get it too? How's that reparations?
Right.
Because I'm like, the number one recipient of food stamps, contrary to belief, is white people. The number one recipient of Section 8 in this country, contrary to belief, is white people.
Yep.
The number one recipient for DEI hires was white people.
Yup. I saw the pictures of the game companies. I saw the pictures. Yep. It was only maybe like one black chick in the back, and all the other ones was white. Some was white and fat. Some was white and fat with rainbow hair. It was all bad.
I'm like, man, look, motherfucker, this it's crazy. Like, nah, bro. Like, it shows you the discontent and the don't give a fuck about it. Charlie Kirk talking about why should we? They should just pick themselves up, bitch. Yo, you come from a group of people that had a head start and a fucking power boost along that fucking journey. And you talking to a group of people that ain't never got nothing but got fucking all the roadblocks in the road. Every little obstacle you can put on the road, you put it in front of them and you telling them why the fuck you ain't up here with me. The person that got it.
You don't want to give me a business loan, you bastard. Systematic racism too. Like, I'm trying to start a business and you motherfucker gotta motherfucking homie and shit, nigga. I gotta bring a white person in to be my representative to sign off for me and shit. Yeah, that shit still goes on. Hey man, fuck them niggas.
Yeah, motherfucker, you need a co-signer. Like, co-signer for what? My shit's fucking 640. That should be good enough to get along.
For real.
These motherfuckers, like, the game has always been rigged, and it's been rigged in these motherfuckers' favor. And regardless of how many times people want to make excuses for what the fuck is going on in this country, like, look, we really got to talk about culture if we're going to talk about culture. Don't ever try to criticize and demonize black culture. Do we have negative parts of our culture, negative parts that just naturally come with any culture? Yeah. But to act like our culture is just so bad, why the fuck y'all copy it so much then if it's so bad?
Right.
The whole fucking music industry is upheld by the white community. They the ones who buy the streaming services. They used to buy all the CDs and all the cassette tapes and all the vinyl.
Yep. And plus, music was motherfucking conscious at first until they stepped in and made it bad and made it worse every motherfucking generation since gangster rap. You know, like, even though I love gangster rap, but like, like once they got rid of Public Enemy, Fight the Power and shit, it was just kill everybody. Then it was bling bling. Then let's trap all motherfucking day. Then it was Yule. And now it's all fruity bubblegum mumble rap and motherfucking shit with signs and symbolism and shit. Like, what the fuck is this?
And look, and that's why I be looking at people funny, man. I look at, like, I can point out and say that I can actually say that people should be smart enough to avoid certain type of fucking content and know when something's bad for them, but ain't no majority of people don't. And that's why they did what they did. They pulled back the conscious rappers, like you said, the conscious content, and they started promoting this bullshit because they know the masses just gonna look at whatever the fuck is out there. When you dumb down the population and you make these motherfuckers into sheep, because there ain't nothing but a bunch of sheeps in America right now. It's a bunch of sheeps in the entire world. It's easy for them wolves to prey on them. That's why I keep trying to keep my title and I try to stay on my job as being a sheepdog, because I got to protect y'all dumbass sheep away from these goddamn wolves, because these wolves preying on you. There's all this fucked up music that's out there right now. I don't listen to none of that shit. It don't fuck with me. But I'm trying to help motherfuckers that don't know. Like, bruh, for the people that grow up and have their parents just put a tablet or a phone in their face, I'm trying to help you. Like, you crying and you whining and shit. Y'all know them parents. Kid crying and whining and shit. Just give them the phone.
Right.
Give them a tablet. Put a screen in front of their face. Nah. I'm talking to y'all motherfuckers. I'm talking to y'all motherfuckers that mama probably was a hoe. Daddy wasn't around. I'm talking to y'all. Because obviously, those are the people that come from fucked up situations be the ones who are most susceptible to the bullshit. They be susceptible to all this brainwashing. And that's what these motherfuckers are doing, man. And they've been doing it for a long time. That's why motherfuckers don't even know nothing about their own fucking history. Like, brother, motherfuckers don't know nothing about it. Like, you still... When the last time you heard somebody tell you slavery, the Civil War was fought over states' rights? When the last time you heard that shit?
Damn, that's been a minute.
That was a big
I
ass.
don't even think I heard any Civil War talk in a long time. I can't remember the last time I studied it.
Dude, that shit crazy. Look, that was one of the big talking points. It wasn't fought over slavery. It was fought over states' rights. I was like, states' rights to do what? Own a motherfucking slave, bitch. What the fuck you talking about? You stupid ass motherfucker. Hey, bitch, that's what the fuck they fought this shit over, man. The brainwashing is real. The shit that Shad said is fucking, like, dude, the manipulation of doing evil and then telling other people that it's not evil. Like, look, it's not me, it's you. It's not me. Right. I know I did all this shit, but it's not me, it's you. Why you got a problem with me doing fucked up shit? Even though I would never allow you to do that fucked up shit to me. Like, what's the issue? Hurricane, talk for a second. I'm coming right back. Talk for a second.
Yeah, I got you. And motherfuckers got a nerve to call themselves a Christian nation. A Christian nation. But in the book it says, thou shalt not kill. and they've been all over this damn planet, murdering, pillaging, Panama Canal, Contra, Vietnam with the weather warfare, and then they hitting us with the motherfucking LSD and the syphilis, like Jay said earlier. You know what I'm saying? Just experimenting on us with the motherfucking crack in the community and shit. Just like turn a whole bunch of people into zombies. Like, god damn. Like it's real crazy, man. It's real crazy. But it's supposed to be a Christian nation, though.
Yeah,
But
right
I
there
guess
is a
they only
big
dealing
deal.
with the slavery parts. I guess they only dealing with the Exodus 21 and the Deuteronomy parts. Like, yes, I'm supposed to be slaves under us. Your God said so. That shit crazy.
Manipulate the word of the God they claim they praise to do evil.
Yup.
That's some sick ass shit right there. For all the folks in the back that didn't hear me, that's some sick ass shit right there. And that's what's been going on, man. That's really what's been going on. I got one more for you, man. I got one more for y'all because I said I was gonna rock out. I'll let it ride through a little bit. We about to check out something from the We Woke Now channel.
So he got rid of.
I don't want to spoil it. But a good joke about this one, y'all. DEI was a big bad thing. That was a big talking point of this new movement, this new presidency. DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's a problem. Did we trade one DEI for another DEI? Well, hell, did we trade one idea of what DEI was for a new actual DEI? Because, the idea was DEI was just giving black people that weren't qualified jobs. That's all that was. That was just a racist dog whistle. Did we trade that shit for another one? That's the question. So, let's see.
So he got rid of all the DEI for LGBTQ and people of the color and race and blacks and Hispanic. He got rid of all that DEI and he just replaced it with a new DEI called Jewish people. Trump betraying MAGA and becoming Israel first instead of America first. U.S. is going to link $1.9 billion in state disaster.
Didn't I tell you about this earlier, y'all? If you boycott Israel, they're going to take your money. Listen to what he got to tell you.
Disaster funds to Israel boycott stance. So if a state doesn't want to buy stuff from Israel and they do a boycott of Israel products because they're committing a genocide, Donald Trump's federal government is going to deny you disaster funds. U.S. states and cities that boycott Israel companies will be denied federal aid for natural disaster preparedness, the Trump administration has announced, tying routine federal funding to its political stance.
Is there any states that are currently...
Think about that. People need to ask themselves a question. Think about why the fuck would you... I'm not even gonna say it. Hurricane, you got any words for it, bro? Like, think about it. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Well, that's the Jimmy Dore show. Like, I be doing reviews on on this show. Jimmy Dore be going in.
Yeah, Jimmy don't give a fuck. Just read it out.
It was like, nigga, I was vaccine injured. Now I'm going at the government and everybody. Like, I feel him.
Yeah, man, Jimmy on a mission. I remember when he was on TYT for a little while. He got the hell up out of there, said, nah, bro, y'all ain't doing it right. I ain't gonna hold it. That's crazy though. You don't want to do business with Israel, city or state, bitch. You ain't getting no disaster relief. And I know some people are sitting here telling me, "Oh, you just making that shit up." Nah, bro. The Trump administration actually put that out there and let everybody know that's what's gonna happen now. That's what's gonna happen now. I thought it was America first.
Or threatening to do that at all, by the way?
I think there is. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, the FEMA, stated in grant notices posted on Friday that states must follow its terms and conditions. This is the most... So now Israel is like a DEI hire for the Trump administration.
Who do you think benefits the most from DEI
Wait for
programs?
it. Wait for it. Here we go.
Time's up. Black people? No. White women.
Facts.
Overwhelmingly. Now, there are a lot of reasons for that. And I'm not going to get into that now because that's a whole other discussion. But I will say that one of the reasons is that 50 years of affirmative action got a lot of women into the workplace where they were in a position to take advantage of a new push to say, hey, we need to look for qualified people. They were already in the workplace because of affirmative action. That was one of the reasons.
And also, think about the funny thing. White women are considered a minority because they're women. There are more white women than there are white men in this country. How the fuck are they a minority? But they use that to slide white women in to all these different programs to benefit from them. That's how white women are the biggest beneficiary. But they always put a black face on the front of it to say it's bad.
Be that as it may. All right. So who's the second biggest beneficiary of DEI programs?
Oh, here we go. Watch this.
Black people?
You would think so. I mean, most people in America apparently think so.
Yeah, most people think so. No, the second biggest beneficiary of DEI programs is white men.
That's
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
You can literally go look at the numbers. You can literally go look at the fucking numbers. You can Google it. But black people got demonized with both of those, affirmative action and DEI. That's why you see a lot of white people complaining right now that they done lost their job. Now I know people are saying under 300,000 black women that lost their job, they were gonna fire them anyways. They're gonna fire them anyway, bro. They ain't got nothing to do with no DEI. They're gonna fire their ass anyways. But the biggest two recipients of those programs, white women and white men. Because think about it, a white man could be gay, a white man could be trans. Look, at the end of the day, when they get in front of somebody, look, as long as you identify as a different fucking category outside of just being white, you can get that deal, and that's what they got. That's why these Asian folks that thought they was gonna keep black people out of goddamn elite schools found out the hard way. They stupid ass are trying to figure out how they gonna even get in school now because you played yourself. Dummy.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, for real.
You gotta get that clip. You gotta get that clip.
I do need to get that shit. I ain't gonna lie, I do need to get that. Because I'm like, motherfucker, like, y'all thought them black folks was taking your spot. Nah, it was the white folks that was telling you them black folks taking your spot that took your spot. Now you done played yourself out of position. Your only protection that you had is gone now. Dummy. But either way, though, I'm gonna let it keep going.
why I think this United story and the DEI story hits so hard, because we've all been in the back of a plane when the turbulence hits, or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw get into the cockpit before we took off, and I feel better now.
No, I mean, like, you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Well, that's you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have. You wouldn't have done that before.
That's not.
But why would you think that, Charlie? Go and tell us why, Charlie. You see a black guy and you don't think he's qualified. You hope he's qualified. But you see the white guy and you just automatically know he's qualified. Tell us why, Charlie.
Not an immediate.
No, you wouldn't
that's
have done
not
that
who
before.
I am. That's not what I believe.
It is the reality the left has
But
created.
I do want to.
It's the reality the left has created. The reality tells you that black people ain't qualified. Because I thought the left was the one arguing and fighting for black folks. Well, at least they just be saying shit. They don't really be doing nothing physically. They be saying shit. Make that make sense. I don't know. Either way, I'm sorry, Hurricane. I'm going to let it play a little bit more.
Point out that various articles that appeared prior to my entering office. And here's one. The FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. That is amazing. And then it says FAA says people with severe disabilities are most underrepresented segment of the workforce, and they want them in, and they want them, they can be air traffic controllers. I don't think so.
Saying this crash was somehow.
Motherfuckers, do you not know severe disabilities could be somebody that got their legs blown the fuck off? I'm not saying they're retarded. Did he not get that? He's talking about handicapped people. There's handicapped people that ain't got a mental handicap. There's people that's got physical handicaps, like former service members. What? Hold up. Let me say that again.
And here's one. The FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities.
Intellectual and psychiatric. Okay.
That is amazing. And then it says FAA says people with severe disabilities are most underrepresented segment of the workforce, and they want them in, and they want them. They can be air traffic controllers. I don't think so.
Saying this crash was somehow caused and the result of diversity hiring.
man,
And
whatever.
what evidence have you seen to support these claims?
It just could have been. We have a high standard. We've had a much
could
higher
have been.
standard than anybody else.
White men, of course, are not a uniform group,
Right.
as much as we think so. They are vets. They are disabled. They are LGBTQ, whatever. They are poor. And in all those categories, all of those categories of diverse talent benefit from DEI programs, and they're all majority white.
Right.
So, of course, white people are going to benefit more from DEI programs. And they're also going to be hurt the most
Mhm.
by taking them away. And in all those categories, all of those categories of diverse talent benefit from DEI programs, and they're all majority white.
How about you? Are you a white Jew?
So we could elaborate on this debate. I'm going to try to stay sort of in the pocket here, one thing at a time. But am I white passing? Absolutely. How we're going to define
you say you're white passing.
Well, joining us for our weekly segment, Bottom Line, is Algeminer CEO Dovid Efune. So, Dovid, let's jump right in. Genetically speaking, are Jews white?
Well, Natasha, it's important to understand, firstly, the intense sensitivity that this question has for the Jewish community.
Yes, they're white. I'll answer that. They're white. Those people over there right now claiming they Jews, they white. They're white.
Community. And actually, it's coming up at a personally very relevant time for me. Today is the anniversary of the passing of my great-grandfather, David Weinstock, who was arrested by the Nazis in Vienna in September 1939. And he was taken to the anthropological department at the Vienna Museum of Natural History. And he was subjected to, together with 440 other Jews, to degrading tests and measurements because he was considered by the Nazis to be of an inferior race. So it really is the height of irony and insult that when Jews express concern about anti-Semitism being ignored and a blindness to anti-Semitism, they're then lumped into the white category.
And in all those categories, all of those categories of diverse talent benefit from DEI programs, and they're all majority white.
I want to get Dr. Meyer's opinion on this. Classifying it as white Jew, because we know there's black Jews, you know. How does that make you feel? How does that initially hit you when I say, yeah, you know, if I said black and white Jewish relations?
I guess that's mostly what I deal with is in my courses is those interactions. I think, again, in America, most Jews are Ashkenazic Jews who are white. Sometimes part of the problem between the two communities is that some people will take advantage of that, will use their whiteness as a way of promoting themselves, as a way of integrating themselves into whatever community they want to be in by removing themselves and denigrating themselves from some other community. I find that problematic.
Jewishness is categorized as whiteness. The Jews, those who call themselves Jews today and live in Israel, they have created their narrative.
You say, well, where did the name Ashkenazi came from? So a little over 1,000 years ago, as Jewish people scattered around the world had now immigrated in Europe and now were living in the Rhineland in Germany, they looked at the name Gomer in Genesis 10, and they connected Gomer with Germany. So they took on the identity of the name Ashkenaz. It has nothing to do with Ashkenaz in the Bible, which is a descendant of Japhet. It's just a name that was taken. Okay, it's that simple. Just like my last name Brown doesn't refer to the color of my skin or anything else. It was shortened from a Russian name when my grandfather came over at Ellis Island. The name got shortened to Brown. It's just a name. That's all it is. So the idea that Ashkenazi Jews are descended from Japhet is a myth, 100% false.
This is the most. So now Israel is like a DEI hire for the Trump administration. That's what this is. And they're horrible, but you have to treat them better than you treat everybody else. You can boycott America. You can boycott American products. You can boycott states. Can boycott. Remember when they were boycotting Florida? Remember California was boycotting Florida? Remember that? You can do that. You just can't boycott another country because Donald Trump is not America first.
I have to say that was pretty anti-Semitic to boycott Florida. That's as close to boycotting Israel as it gets.
That's pretty bad. Those conditions require. You're gonna boycott Florida? Those conditions require they certify it's so humid down there. Those conditions require that they certify that they will not sever commercial relations specifically with Israeli companies to qualify for funding.
Even if they traffic your kids, don't
even if
relations.
The requirement applies to at least 1.9 billion that states rely on to cover search and rescue equipment, emergency manager salaries, and backup power systems, among other expenses, according to 11 agency grant notices reviewed by Reuters. The requirement is the Trump administration's latest effort to use federal funding to promote its views on Israel. The Department of Homeland Security. So he's forcing colleges to do DEI for Jewish people. He's forcing them.
What we're going to do right here is go back, way back into time.
This action makes clear that Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, which prohibits the federal funding of universities and other institutions that engage in discrimination, applies to institutions that traffic in anti-Semitic hate. So this is a very powerful document that we're signing today, and it's been a very big story over the last number of days when they heard. As you know, they had almost universal support in Congress, and yet they didn't get it done. And this has gone on for years and years. They've almost had universal support, but there was always a roadblock. But this year, there's no roadblock because I'm doing it myself. It's much easier. And we have support from many in Congress. This is our message to universities. If you want to accept the tremendous amount of federal dollars that you get every year, you must reject anti-Semitism. It's very simple.
About all this energy for anti-Semitism, and pretty much what they're saying is criticism of Israel or what they're doing, but he ain't had that energy for anti-racism.
Right. For real.
The fuck they got on y'all, but like look, ain't no Jews been lynched in America. Ain't none of them had dogs and water hoses sicked on them in America. They ain't had no problems in America. But you want to write laws and try to protect and tell people they can't get federal money if they have critical opinions of them. But perfectly fine. You can call a nigga, and we raise money for that.
Right. They raise more money than Dr. Umar.
Real shit. More money than Dr. Umar. Right? People gonna have to ask themselves a question, man. But this is look. These are white people defending other white people while they're like you heard what Shaikh said earlier. The United States tries to sit back and act like they have nothing to do with it. They put them motherfuckers over there in that land that they in right now, regardless of what people want to believe. Go back and watch how Europe sent all them people that were the so-called Jews, white folks, during the Holocaust. After the Holocaust, the World War was fought and it was over with. They were trying to figure out where the fuck to send them to. The United States played a part in that decision of sending them to where they are right now.
Yep.
They were
and took the other ones for Project Paperclip to make NASA. Took the scientists and shit.
Yep. Took them Soviet Union motherfuckers over there. What was the term they went by? Goddamn, the Nazis. Took them Nazi engineers and scientists. Yeah, they took them bitches. Had them work for them.
Yep.
Like, motherfucker better open up some goddamn history. But we still trying to figure out what the fuck do they have on the United States? Because, like no bullshit, man. Those are white people over there, regardless of what people want to say. You got white people in an Arab African area, African land, trying to take their land. And they're keeping up with this lie. Like, these motherfuckers was in Germany when all this shit popped off. They from Germany. That's where the Ashkenazi come from. They white. But either way, though.
You're familiar with Genesis 12:3.
Uh-oh. Reading the Bible.
Probably not as well as you are, Congressman.
Well, it's pretty clear. It was a covenant that God made with Abraham. And that covenant was real clear. If you bless Israel, I will bless you. If you curse Israel, I will curse you. And then in the New Testament, it was confirmed that all nations would be blessed through you. So you do not know about that.
I have heard that now that you've explained
Okay.
it. Yes, I have heard that
it's
before.
now familiar. Do you consider that a serious issue? I mean, do you want Columbia University to be cursed by God of the Bible? I mean, do you want Columbia University to be cursed by God of the Bible?
I mean, do you want Columbia University to be cursed
This
by
is sick
God?
right here, y'all. That's it.
We failed the mission.
you die.
If we find out any information you give us is false, you die.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What? No.
If you mismatch drugs, you die.
No.
If you cough without covering your mouth.
Harley, those last three aren't things.
So he got rid of all the DEI for LGBTQ and people of the color and race and blacks and Hispanic. He got rid of all that DEI and he just replaced it with a new DEI called Jewish people.
About time.
And this requirement is the Trump administration's latest effort to use federal funding to promote its views. So could you imagine if a Democrat did that? Like, we're going to, if you don't hire more DEI people at your college, we're going to cut your funding. You imagine
That's
that?
what they did the last time. They just switched out people.
The Department of Homeland Security, the agency that oversees FEMA, in April said that boycotting Israel is prohibited for states and cities receiving its grant funds. The Israeli requirement takes aim at BDS, the Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions movement designed to put economic pressure on Israel to end its occupation of Palestinian territories. The campaign supporters grew more vocal in 2023 after Hamas attacked southern Israel and Israel invaded Gaza in response. They did more than invade Gaza. They had already invaded Gaza. They were occupying it. DHS will enforce all.
And people need to talk about that narrative, how they try to push that shit, man. They try to make it seem like all this shit sparked up with that attack that Hamas did. What was it, October something? October 5th,
Yeah, October.
something like that.
Yeah, 6th or 5th, 6th. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
You know,
one-
and I
one-
still
one
ain't
of
looking to that shit. Like, you know, I still ain't looking to that shit. Yeah, you know, I was covering some attacks, man, but I don't think I covered that one. I'm not really sure. You know, my timeline screwed up. I did a lot of news.
I think we right around the same time. I think we right about the time, somewhere within that period, 5th, 6th, 7th, 10th, somewhere in between the 1st and 10th October.
Right.
When that Hamas attack happened last year. These motherfuckers act like that was when everything started off. As if these people ain't been occupying and murking these folks, having these bitches in the open air concentration camp for the last, I don't know how many motherfucking years.
For centuries. For millennia.
Europe been funding this shit. The United States been funding this shit the whole time. Funding look, honestly, I just call it a European colony in an Arab country.
Yep.
That's what they've been fucking doing. And I think they mainly doing it because they want to have a force to easily strike all these Arab countries like Iran and Iraq and all these other. They want to have a closer place to get to it. Just like with Ukraine.
That
Why
Balfour
we-
Declaration.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
read
like-
that Balfour Declaration, everybody.
It's the same thing with Ukraine. Like, why the fuck we sending all that money over there to help them fight against Russia? Because we want to have a base closer where we can get to China easily. If China
Yep,
do it,
and poke
we
the
can get over
bear.
there quick.
Poke the
We-
bear
we-
with Russia too. Like, why is y'all putting niggas in NATO?
The fucked up shit is I think they know that. I think they know they can beat Russia, but the problem is Russia got nuclear weapons, and they don't want to say it. But Putin might do some shit like that because
Yeah. He's
we would do it.
SKGB. He's like, man, I'm SKGB. Y'all think I don't know what the fuck going on everywhere? Quit pushing up on my fucking board. I'm gonna blast y'all. They didn't listen. He took Tunisia. He took Georgia. He took motherfucking Crimea. Now we got motherfucking Ukraine in this bitch. Like, quit pushing up on this shit and quit fucking with United States and NATO. But no, they don't want to listen. So Putin got a motherfucking strike. Like, yo.
Real shit. And look, and I said it before, man. And I'm not gonna say I'm a Putin sympathizer or nothing like that and shit. But like the United States does a lot of things. Yeah, the United States do a lot of things, and they make treaties, they make fucking agreements with other countries, and they break them all the fucking time. But they tell you need to hold the court because the Native Americans signed a treaty with America. They signed a treaty with them, and they done broke that bitch so many goddamn times. Y'all remember that Keystone Pipeline?
Ooh,
The United States wasn't supposed to be coming through their territory. That was supposed to be their sovereign territory. Y'all not supposed to fuck with it. Well, you know, we got this pipeline we want to send through here. So that's when you seen all them Native Americans laying in that fucking nasty ass water and shit, protesting and shit. It's like, bitch, they done broke the treaty that they had with Russia, with the Soviet Union. Y'all are not, NATO is not supposed to encroach any further past this point when we make this agreement. And what the United States been doing the whole time? Encroaching.
Right, bringing niggas in NATO, push up on a fucking border, like, yo, stop poking the bear.
Yeah, look, and I ain't saying he right for doing what he doing, but look, man, you keep pushing motherfucker, you back a dog into a corner, and eventually that bitch gonna bite you. And that's why he started that war in Ukraine. That's why he took Crimea. It's like, y'all bitches keep advancing on us. Like, y'all trying to surround my country. When y'all, I'm not allowing that. I'm not allowing now, bitch. I'll start fighting, and that's why they doing that over there. But that's just once again, this country. A lot of folks don't know about what been going on around here. And think about it, ain't one black person involved in this. But they talking about all these broken agreements, man. There ain't no black people around and found on this. It's amazing, man. But you know, it's always about culture. But I'm letting them keep going though.
All anti-discrimination laws and policies, including as it relates to the BDS movement, which it expressly grounded in anti-Semitism. A spokesperson for the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, said the requirement is largely symbolic, and at least 34 states have already have anti-BDS laws or policies. Oh, so
yeah, what
the states already beat them to it.
Let's not understand why it would even be necessary.
The BDS movement did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The American Jewish Committee supports the Trump administration's policy. No kidding. The AJC is the advocacy group that supports Israel. Under one of the grant notices posted on Friday, FEMA will require major cities to agree to the Israel policy to receive a cut of $553 million set aside to prevent terrorism in dense areas. New York is due to receive $92.2 million for the program, the most of all the recipients. Allocations are based on the agency's analysis of relative risk of terrorism. So this is, so you know what this is? This is the cutoff Zoloft Mondavi in New York.
Yeah. Is that they're paying him not? Don't
So
have
that's what this
Zoloft,
is.
Krav Maga, or Mondavi.
So it looks like Zoloft Mondavi, who is anti-Israel, is going to win in New York, and he'll probably be all on board for a BDS to do a boycott on Israeli companies. So that's what this is about. This is about stopping him from doing that. But guess what? Sagar and Jetty found this out. The Trump administration's decision to withhold disaster relief funds is even more insane than I thought. It extends a ban on disaster funds from our tax dollars to anyone who refuses to deal with Israeli companies. So here, and he pointed out, it says discriminatory prohibited boycott means refusing to deal, cutting commercial relations, or otherwise limiting commercial relations specifically with Israeli companies or with companies doing business in or with Israel or authorized by, licensed, or organized under the laws of Israel to do business.
That makes
so this
sense.
is like when Great Britain forced China to buy opium from them.
Yeah.
Make that make sense. In America, man, matter of fact,
That ain't right. That ain't right. It ain't right.
Like, make that make sense. You help me out, Hurricane, because I'm a little baffled right now.
I'm lost for words too. Fuck them niggas.
I thought this was America first. I thought this was America.
Fuck, we gotta support Israel. You know, like there's a clip of Richard Nixon saying that we will always support Israel no matter fucking what. You know, you might have to go to the clip, man, but like he's sitting at an interview, and this is Nixon, so like this is the 60s. So he's like, man, nigga, we always gonna support Israel. Like, it's like, it's like it's etched in stone somewhere in the White House or in the motherfucking Pentagon. It's like that we always gotta support them because of that goddamn Balfour Declaration. Fuck the Queen, but we gotta give her the motherfucking bread in the Commonwealth or some shit. Whatever agreement in that Balfour Declaration, you gotta read it again. But yeah, man, it's like, yo, this shit crazy, son.
It's crazy as hell now. And I had my theory on it. I think it goes beyond the Balfour shit. I'll tell y'all. I'm gonna reptilian. I ain't gonna go reptilian. I'm gonna tell y'all at the end of this video, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all why I think we have been doing this as a country and especially Western nations have been doing this for a long time. I'm gonna tell y'all why I think it is. But either way, though, let's keep riding.
Except instead of getting some sweet opium,
crazy,
we just do what Israel says. We don't even get a good opium high.
Ironically, FEMA declares that anyone who accepts these grant funds agrees they do not and will not, during the term of this financial assistance award, operate any programs that advance or promote DEI, DEIA, or discriminatory equity ideology. That's the irony, is that you can't do your regular DEI, but Trump has a whole new set of DEI for Jews or Israelis. I'll put it Israel. It's not Jews. It's Israelis.
Diversity, equity, Israelis.
Yes.
Gotta do business.
My administration will never tolerate the suppression, persecution, or silencing of the Jewish people. We have also taken a firm stand against the so-called divestment and sanctions movement, or BDS. You know that very well. And I have to tell you, Jared Kushner and Ivanka, they've been talking to me about this for 3 years now, maybe longer than that. But I go back about 3 years where it's something that I could do about it. You know, in this position, we can do things about it. Before that, not quite as much. I'd be just like you. Successful, doing nicely, but not for this. But they've been talking from the beginning of the administration. They've been bringing this up. And we forcefully condemn this anti-Semitic campaign against the state of Israel and its citizens.
When I show you what I'm about to show you, your mind will be blown. You're going to be blindsided. Every single Israeli prime minister has a fake name. Did you know that? I was just...
This is where I'm about to, like, this is where they get into the shit of telling you, man, these folks are just white folks, bro. Watch this. Watch this.
Talking about Ben Gurion. Do you know what his original name is? It's Gruen. Gruen. He changed it to make it sound more Jewish and sound more Middle Eastern. Do you know what Netanyahu's real name is? It's not Netanyahu, it's Milkovsky.
This story begins in October 1949, 1 year after Israel's formation. This is when Netanyahu was born, the second child of a historian. His paternal grandfather was a rabbi and a Zionist.
Oh, them folk look white as hell.
Wow.
Look at this shit.
Writer. His name was Nathan Milikowski. Later in life, he Hebraized his surname from Milikowski to Netanyahu, a name which means God has given.
This is Yair Netanyahu's DNA test that has been leaked. You can see right there, his Y DNA is RM198. Descendants of RM198 come from Poland, Russia, Germany, and other European countries. Does this look Semitic to you?
It's good to be alone for a minute in the confession room. Niggas is wildin'!
And what's even more funny is the Jews that wanted to be in Hollywood had to do the opposite. They changed their name to an American name in order to get the movie role. This shit is fucking hilarious.
This shit is hilarious, man. Motherfucker pretending, man. Let motherfucker say, if I saw these two gentlemen right here standing outside, and somebody came up and asked me, man, what race you think they is? I'm be like, they white. But I'm told, and everybody else is told to believe that no, they're Jewish. I ain't never heard no Jewish fucking race. I know somebody been saying this shit for a long time, but I think there's like black, Asian, white, Native American, Chinese. Well, I already did Asian, so that's yeah.
Right.
Asian already out the board. Hold on. It's probably supposed to be 5 of them. Black, get it right. Black, white, Asian, Native American, and who's the one I'm forgetting?
Reptilian. It was reptilian and vampire, I think.
The reptilian folk. We gotta talk about the people that live underground. What do they call them? Them submariners.
The mole people and some shit. I think the mole people.
I forgot about
the Morlocks. The Morlocks and do this.
Oh shit! Got to bring the wizards in and everything, bro. Like, bro, that's not a race. Like, being a Jew is not a race, man. That's a religion, bro. Like, it trips me out. It's just like when people be talking about people that are Arab or some shit, and they call them Muslims. I'm like, there's some Arab people that ain't Muslims, bro. There's some Arab Christians. You know that, right?
Right.
Like, just because they look a certain thing don't make them a certain race, bro. I mean, don't make them. Don't get it, man. Either way, though, Netanyahu changed his motherfucking name, bro. His granddaddy them changed their name. He's not Jew. He's not a Jew. He's Jew-ish.
Ish. That's right.
Check the words, man.
Middle Eastern.
Maybe you will ask, who is Mr. Milikowski? I did ask, and you told me, but I didn't know before. He is Benjamin Netanyahu. This is the real name. Prime Minister or President of Israel. The colonial settler state of Israel.
I swear to God, go and look it up. You'll find Milkovsky. That's his real name. Remember what Israelis are. Israelis are European Jews. They don't come from Palestine, but they want you to make you believe. They want to make believe and make you believe that they come from this area, that they are indigenous to the land, that they're so Jewish, right? Even though they have no connection. So they change their names.
You just like me because my daughter happens to be Jewish, right? She has a great husband, Jared, and I'll tell you what, Ivanka could not be happier, and she's very proud. The only bad news, I can't get her on Saturday. I call. I can't speak to my daughter anymore on Saturday. But that's okay.
Oh, beautiful. That's beautiful. Hey, Bill Body, bitch. All that for
I
what?
want to thank my Jewish daughter. I have a Jewish daughter. This wasn't in the plan, but I'm very glad it happened.
Glenn Greenwald says, even worse about this Trump policy that bans disaster relief funds to any American state or city boycotting Israel, it only applies to Israel. They can boycott France, Peru, United Arab Emirates, or South Korea, or even other American states and still get those funds. They just can't boycott Israel.
Oh, if Rogan doesn't have Bibi Netanyahu on, will Texas lose their FEMA funds?
Glenn Greenwald goes on to say, when Andrew Cuomo was governor of New York, he ordered state employees to boycott both Indiana and North Carolina due to their gender bathroom laws. But then he also banned contracts to anybody boycotting Israel. So you can boycott United States or U.S. states. You just not this one foreign country. Isn't that amazing? You can boycott another United States state. You can't boycott a foreign country.
Hey, does Israel have a lot of trans bathrooms? I bet they don't.
I bet they don't. Jake Shields says, hey, MAGA, are you going to try to defend this, or are you ready to admit that Epstein has him effing kids? Instead of releasing the Epstein files, he's going to cut off American aid during disasters. I'm sure the FEMA money will be sent to Israel. It's time to admit we are occupied. I admit it, Jake. Donald Trump never will. I think lots of MAGA actually does admit that Trump is Israel first and not America first. Jack Merkinson says, telling people you will have to be killed in a hurricane because of Israel is definitely going to make them like Israel more.
I disagree. I think they should be more pushy.
Here is Joey says, part of Trump. Help, do you support Israel?
Oh, I thought they were deporting her for writing a college paper against Israel.
That's funny. But here's the latest from Sagar. He says, okay, after speaking with folks, here's what's going on. An original guidance from the Department of Homeland Security explicitly stated that federal disaster funding was barred from states that allowed boycotts of Israel. The White House then changed this explicit language after widespread outcry. But the Department of Homeland Security tweet makes it clear the administration reserves the right to deny these funds on BDS grounds based on the Anti-Boycott Act. They still might do it. They're just not saying it out loud right now.
Is this like a plot to make everybody hate Israel to get, like, are they running out of anti-Semitism? Is that what the
can you imagine that your state gets denied disaster funds because of Israel and you think this is going to help Israel?
I don't even know how my state would be boycotting Israel by not dealing with some Israeli company.
So Homeland Security tweeted this out. There is no FEMA requirement tied to Israel in any current NOFO. No states have lost funding and no new conditions have been imposed. FEMA grants remain governed by existing law and policy and not political litmus tests. DHS will enforce all anti-discriminatory laws and policies, including as it relates to the BDS movement. So they just contradicted themselves here. So what they're saying is...
He said two things at the same time.
Exactly.
I'm glad Jimmy called it out. I'm glad Jimmy called it out, Kevin. Like, you just literally contradicted yourself right at. We have no policies governing that. We're not going to do this now. Any discrimination, the BDS. You think, like, and the sad part is they do this shit, y'all. This is plain as day on the Homeland Security DHS.gov website. You can go get it because that's where he got it from. This is on their website. They know you ain't gonna fucking read that shit.
Yeah.
They know you ain't gonna go fucking read it. Just like that small fine print. You know, you buy a new phone or buy a new TV or some electronic, and they like agree to these terms and policies. You ain't reading that shit. These bitches probably got the rights to your life, and you don't even know it. Done signed it away. Ain't read none of that. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't read it either. I don't read that shit either. I just be like, man, hurry up, man. Let me get to the app. Let me get to the goddamn shit.
Right.
But goddamn, like, look, man, motherfuckers don't want to read. It's in there.
We're not writing a new law. We're going to just do this under the old law. So we're going to deny you disaster funds if we feel like it. Oh, because of Israel.
That's what they're saying. You're allowed to have. I can boycott whoever I want.
Yeah, I get to hate anybody I want. I get to speak hate against anybody I want. I get to boycott anybody I want. I get to hate and boycott anybody I want. Why? Because I'm a gross-hand man and I'm not a slave and I'm free. And you want to control my thoughts and my buying behavior. You can't do that. I'm a grown-hand man. I get to not buy from someone if I don't want to, and I get to hate those people at the same time. I get to hate anyone and anything I want. That's what's called being free. I'm not. You don't get to control my thoughts. You don't get to have mind control over me, and you don't get to make it illegal for me to have a thought of hatred.
And I can have.
Think about it. In this country, they didn't got no problem with folks hating black people.
Right.
But you got a problem with some people that ain't even American fucking citizens across an ocean occupying somebody else's land. You care about them folks. What do y'all have in common?
Trafficking.
I was gonna say it was white. You know that too, though. Yeah, that right. Yeah, that shit on too. I'm like, bro, this is crazy, man.
Machete if I want, Jimmy.
So they're trying to say, hey, we're not actually doing this, but then they say, hey, we actually are doing this.
Yeah. Should have let Laura Loomer do their tweeting.
Yeah.
Or Larry Loomer, if you believe some people.
So this is only making people hate Israel more. This is the exact opposite thing. Just, you know how all the DEI stuff created backlash against those people getting the DEI? This is the same thing.
Well, you know what? Don't worry about me and the worthless non-Jews who might be upset. We're nothing. But you're losing all the new generation of kids. That's what they're freaking out about. The kids aren't listening to Bubby and Zadie no more about Israel. That's really the main fear. That's why they have to use the master of the universe controls, as that fucking creep said so eloquently. We're the masters of the universe. All these old scumbag, probably not even real Jews.
What's your thoughts? Please be respectful with your comments. Also,
y'all tell y'all thoughts on his channel whenever y'all feel like. Oh, and I didn't give a shout out to that channel, man. Shout out. Oh yeah, I did say it. We Woke Now. Y'all go check them out. We Woke Now. We Woke Now. But nah, man. Like, here, what was your theory again for why we propping them up, Hurricane?
Oh, right before I say that, I want to say that there was a lady that was speaking on a panel said that the threat to Israel is young black boys. So if the reason why we hate Israel is because that bitch said that, you know, you can look it up. It probably might still be online. It might still be online, but there was a lady that said that the threat to Israel was young black boys. And I was like, what the fuck does black boys got to do with the fuck with Israel got going on? Like they too busy in the street thugging and shit. They ain't thinking about Israel, but I guess if they create all this propaganda to get us to hate Israel, it's gonna be a whole bunch of us hating on. I guess they try to create some shit. But my theory of what's going on with the Israel, like I think it goes back to the Balfour Declaration. I think like we can't say shit about Israel because it might lead back to the royal family or some shit, and they might find some Diddy tapes, some Epstein tapes.
Well, I'll tell you this: like the main reason why I always push against that and say I don't think that's the ultimate reason. I'm gonna give you mine, but regardless of what people, you know how people want to say, look at crime statistics and black people are more prevalent to violent crime. You know how they say that all the time?
Yeah.
Well, I got one for you. According to those same statistics, white people are more inclined to be touching kids. And anybody can go to them facts and tell me I'm lying.
Goes back to trafficking.
Kids, all that shit. That's just part of that culture. It's a part of that culture. No matter what the fuck they want to say, they've been doing it since the beginning of the goddamn time. Well, since they came into this plane. But my whole theory about why we propping them up over there is, and it's a religious one. A lot of Christians speak about the reckoning, what's it called?
Revelation shit.
Yeah,
Revelation, Apocalypse, Megiddo.
Yeah,
they're about to start Megiddo.
Yeah, what is it called?
Rapture.
Yeah, rapture.
Revelation.
Yeah, the rapture. I think they're trying their best to prevent it.
But it's not even in the fucking Bible. They fucking retarded.
No, I'm not saying these people are smart. I think they're trying to prevent it. Because according to what they say, when the Jews are returned to their land, Jesus would come back. Well, if you can keep the true Jews out of that land, he won't come back, right? He won't come back.
I think I heard some prophecy of a red heifer too. I heard some shit about a red heifer too. But I understand what you're talking about. It's on some motherfucking biblical prophecy shit. Yeah.
I'm just going off what they say is in their book. What they say is in their book. They talk about the rapture all the time, and then what they tell me in their rapture is that God is going to come back when His people are returned to their land. Well, y'all claiming the people over there right now in that land are God's people. So why ain't God and Jesus came back?
Right. And plus, if y'all look up Project Bluebeam said that they're going to either fake an alien invasion or fake a rapture event due to the spaceships flew by the military with the hologram tech that the whole fucking world has. So people might get brainwashed off some shit. It might be fucking crazy in this bitch.
Man, look, we already got people brainwashed right now. Like shit, man. I can just see shit going left and going right regardless, man. Like this shit right here. Like those folks over there right now in that country that claim to be Jewish, man, those are white folks. And those white folks over there persecuting them Arabs. And this is nothing different than everything that's possibly happened in their entire fucking history of all their empires they claim. This is their culture. They sit around and talk about our culture. Yeah, they talk about our fucking culture. They talk about our people. They even got our own people out here talking shit about ourselves. Acting like different or some shit. This is their culture. And I don't care what look, if you don't like it, change it. If you don't like it, change it. Be different. Don't be like your ancestors. Acknowledge it. Shay Wilson said that shit earlier in the video, man. Like motherfuckers will just make up excuses and push the blame on somebody else instead of owning it. That is your culture. Raping, killing, destroying, pillaging. That's the culture. No matter what you want to say, because how did you get to where you got to? Doing those things. That's
and using the Bible as justification. Like, yo, it's in the Bible. I gotta do this shit.
Well, manipulate the words manipulate the words that supposedly came from God to justify your evil.
Dog.
Make it make sense, man. That's some sick ass shit. That's some sick ass shit. We talk about the violence in Chicago. What about the violence in the world? We got 2 major wars going right now. And once again, I'll say it again. The aggressor in both of them are white people. But we talking about violence. You talking about kids losing their lives in Chicago? How many Palestinians lost their life the other day? By the hands of white people? How many people in Ukraine and in Russia have been losing their lives daily? Because of white people? But you talking about some... And I'm not saying anybody's life is insignificant, but when we talking about numbers, like, bro, stop playing the game. Stop playing.
Right.
If you want to talk about culture, let's have a true culture conversation. Like, I'm tired of hearing them dog whistles trying to fucking demonize black folks. Y'all copy us more than anybody else. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about. You can't stay the fuck out of our goddamn business. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about. You want to fucking be where we are, do what we do, dress how we dress, drink what we drink, listen to what we listen to, but you talking about our culture. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but that manipulation, that evil that has been your game plan for the history of your entire existence, at least since I've been alive, that's just dead, man. And people need to wake up to that nonsense. Tomorrow, I'm going to go a little bit deeper into it because we had that situation that happened out in Cincinnati where they just want to just disregard the white man sparking off the fight by kicking people's cars and attacking somebody. They want to talk about the aftermath of him getting his ass whooped and his girl getting hit. But then we can flip the whole damn script, and I'm going to show y'all another video and show you how these people say one thing and do a complete another when the situation's flipped. I'm going to show you a very similar situation to that Cincinnati shit, and I want you to see the response. Look, man, you know how they tell you you can't play with fire because you'll get burned?
Yep.
You can't play with evil because you might get corrupted. Woo. And we saw some of our brothers. We saw some of our brothers, the Hodge twins, the Cartier family. We seen some people playing with that sin, and they got corrupted. They drinking the Kool-Aid now. They drinking that shit and believing it. And guess what? They couldn't be any further from the truth. It'd be like that J. Cole shit. The good news is you came a long way. The bad news is you went the fucking wrong way. Yeah. Well, man, give me your final thoughts on the hurricane, because I ain't finna drag it out. I ain't finna drag it out, man. It's irritating, man. I don't like that culture talk. I'm just letting you know. I don't like when people talk about culture.
Yup, and their culture is all murder, rape, pillaging, and plus with that Bible, like it goes back to the Old Testament. God was a bona fide killer. So, like, you know, they ain't doing nothing but follow what the fucking God doing. When it comes to numbers, God got more numbers than Lucy himself. And plus, when Lucy was doing something, it was under the order of God. Like, why there was no red alert to jump that nigga when he was walking in heaven like he was a G and shit? You know, dog, it's crazy, dog. It leads back to the religious shit. So I was like, yeah, man, it's like shit, dog. It's all fucked up. And you know, like, and the only solution is, you know, changing who they are, to changing the whole system. You know, like we could breathe clean air, drink some clean water, to change the system around for everybody to live equally and peacefully and in harmony and shit. You fucking up this planet. We're gonna look like Mars in a minute.
For real. Oh, man, motherfucker, they been fucking this bitch up so goddamn much in the pursuit of greed and power. That is killing their own. That's why I show the cop videos, man. That's why I show the cop videos. I'm like, look, you was okay when they were doing it to black folks. Well, surprise, surprise, motherfucker, they doing it to y'all too.
Get that clip, surprise, motherfucker. You gotta get that clip, surprise, motherfucker.
Look, man, hold on. I gotta get a surprise, motherfucker. I need to go in here and write this down. I need to get surprise, motherfucker. That's Black Dynamite. Black Dynamite. Surprise, motherfucker.
No, that was Dexter. That was Dexter. You know the motherfucking killer. You know that worked in the motherfucking police department.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Cause I'm about to say, you didn't see that Black Dynamite one? Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that one. Remember, I was just thinking about the Dexter episode. Well, I forgot that cop name, but he was the black bald head guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for both of them. What was that other one I needed to get? You told me earlier. I know you probably forgot because I forgot too. What was the one?
Hell yeah, nigga, I'm high as hell. I'm high as hell. I'm trying to remember.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna hold that right there, y'all. Look, I'm gonna remember that clip. I might have to go back and watch the video through because ain't nobody in the chat gonna tell me what the fuck it was I needed to get. But it was supposed to be a funny one. Damn, was it a Chappelle one? Nah, it wasn't a Chappelle one. Damn, and now it's on the tip of my brain. You know how people say tip of their tongue? It's on the tip of my brain. I can almost fix it. Either way, it'll come back to me in a second. But nah, man, like for real, man, this shit right here, man, this culture talk, this nonsense, this demonization of a group of people, I'm tired of it. I've been tired of it ever since I started paying attention to it. And it's embarrassing to see some of my brothers and sisters align with it. Candace Owens, Jason, like Officer Tatum, the Hayes twins, the Cartier family, all these goddamn coon ass motherfuckers. I understand you want some money and I understand you want to live comfortable, but to turn on your own folks, like you align yourself with the devil, man. You make a deal with the devil, you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out real fucking fast. And
I not what the devil's done.
Yeah,
not what the devil's done, motherfucker going on.
It's like what you call it, said it, Corey Holcomb said it on his show. You inviting the devil in. Like my front door closed. A lot of these motherfuckers inviting the devil in, and then they're gonna be surprised with the outcome that they get. Because the devil will give you something good in the beginning. It'll all feel good and gravy, but what you actually, the price you're gonna pay is coming, and you ain't gonna like it.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like Boys in the Hood. Welcome to hell, motherfucker.
Real shit. That's why I say to all the people that try to get shit the quick and easy way. You get it the quick and easy way. Well, guess what? The quick and easy way come with consequences. This world is built off of like look, everything has to be even. If you take more of the bad, you gonna end up getting some more of the good later on. But you take more of that good, man, motherfucker, you gonna have to look. I believe in yin and yang. What you put into this bitch is what you get out of it. And a lot of motherfuckers gonna find out you align yourself with the goddamn devil. All right, that bitch gonna be in your house. It ain't gonna be what you think it's gonna be. It might be sweet for a second, but eventually that shit gonna run the fuck out, bro. And you gonna have to pay that. Look, the toll is gonna be due.
Yup, toll is the soul. Toll of your soul.
this shit that we got going on right now, man. This shit with folks talking about culture, man. Like for real, man. I really hope, like my fellow Americans, everybody that tuned in today, tonight, I hope y'all really open your eyes. Because like we talk about, we have so many stereotypes, man. It's been pushed to us since we were children. We look at certain groups of people a certain type of way. We look at certain people a certain type of way. I don't have a problem with you having your stereotypes and your fears, because honestly, I think everybody should be on the up and up to protect themselves at all times. But in the grand scheme of things, don't buy into the fucking narratives. Really do some research and look at how this country was formed, how the people who formed this country got here in the first place. Because like everybody act like they sent the greatest motherfuckers over here to fucking colonize this bitch. No, they sent the motherfuckers that were fuck ups. The winners stayed their ass in goddamn Europe. They didn't come to fuck over here. They stayed in the UK. The motherfucker, they sent the losers over here, and these motherfuckers did what they was good at: raping and pillaging and killing. Look at the real history of this country and think about it. Because like I always tell people, if you build a house on unsolid foundation, that house ain't gonna stand. In this country at the point where it don't even want to fix the cracks in the foundation. And I'm talking about the cracks like slavery and all the wrongdoings these motherfuckers did. They don't even want to fix the cracks. They just want to keep building more on top of that bitch. Bitch is gonna crumble eventually, ho. Just want to let you know that. It's gonna fall. Unless you fix this shit, it's gonna fall, man. But Hurricane, give me your final thoughts and let the people know where to find you at, man.
Final thoughts, man. This is a great video as always. And for real, dog, like they gotta take care of this shit, or this shit gonna motherfucking all just fall. You know, like you said, this is like the whole country just like just fucking fall within the abyss. But you can catch me at Hurricane JW 2 on YouTube, home of the Fuck the Government podcast and the HHN special reports. We cover the news and revolutionary music and more content. And you can find me on Facebook at Hurricane JWRNA. And what else? And Hurricane.2029 on Instagram and Hurricane JW6 on Instagram. And they still won't let me go live. Fuck that shit. But shouts out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah, I appreciate you hopping up on this bitch, man. Because I know this is one of them topics that it might turn some people off, and it is what it is, man. But I'm not gonna hold my tongue on shit that I see especially when it's wrong, man. And it's a game being played on a lot of folks, and a lot of folks need to wake up to that shit. They really need to wake up to that shit, man. Because these folk playing with y'all, man. I'm not the type of person that like when people be playing in my face. And we got a lot of people in this country that they just naturalize the people playing in their face. Ain't got no goddamn self-respect, man. I'm telling you, man, stand up and be a man of God or something, man. Goddamn, grow some balls, grow some pussy here or something. Fucking stand up and say, man, I ain't going for that type of shit, bro. I'm not going for that. This shit crazy, man. These people playing in y'all face, man. And they doing it worldwide. They sitting around demonizing everybody else. They demonizing the Hispanics right now. That's why the Hispanics crying out, asking for black people to help them. It's like, bitch, we told y'all beforehand. Before you aligned yourself with they dumbasses. Now look what they doing to your stupid ass. That's your fault. Handle that shit. We told the Asian folks. We told the Asian folks the same shit. Bitch, when the motherfuckers said the China virus, they the same folks that claim they on your side and you trying to align with fucking y'all up in them cities. Because the motherfucker said China virus. But guess who y'all line y'allselves right back with them again. Like fucking look.
And they fucked us up when the scamdemic started and didn't let the black people get on the plane to come home. Yeah, they had a whole bunch of black folks out there outside. I will never forget that shit. Y'all motherfuckers, fuck y'all. I just got pissed.
All the people that can't come from these war-torn African countries, they can't come over here as refugees, but we can take some fucking white folks from South Africa occupying a land that they ain't even supposed to be in, talking about they getting persecuted, even though them motherfuckers own 90% of everything in the goddamn fucking country. Own 90% of the land, own 90% of the goddamn fucking all the economics in the country, but they the ones being persecuted. It sounds kind of similar to what the fuck going on in America, where we got a lot of white folks talking about they're being targeted, they're being discriminated against. No, bitch, you're getting closer to being treated just like everybody else.
Yep.
and you don't like it. That's why I tell people all the time, they don't want shit to be equal. They want an advantage. Just like when I say shit about how a lot of chicks are in the relationships. They don't want to, women do not want to be treated equal. They want to be treated special. They want to be outside the guise of what everybody else has to operate on. That's how these white folks are. I've been noticing they got a lot of female tendencies, the way they move as a group. A lot of female tendencies, that delusional ass mindset shit. I've been noticing it.
Yeah.
You want to be treated special, bitch. You ain't special. You need to get the same. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. If you can put us through it, you can go through it too. Stop crying. Because I know that really bothers black people. Black people are like roaches, bro. We like them cockroaches you got in your house that you just can't get out. But no matter what the fuck you do, you can't get rid of them. That's how black people is. And I know that bothers them. Because no matter what the fuck they done did to us. Slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, fucking experiments in Tuskegee, the Tuskegee experiments, fucking redlining, goddamn fucking drugs into our community, fucking over policing, over sentencing, all these things. Niggas still here. We still here. I know that's gotta be annoying. And we got people that excel. Like for the Africans that sit around talking about we doing better than black Americans. No, you're not doing better than black Americans. Compare your 10% of Africans to our 10% of black Americans. Y'all ain't even fucking close. I ain't seen no one fucking immigrant to America that's black that got more money and has been on the Forbes list over a black American that's got money. Ain't no African sitting at the top of that list. I don't even know one of them that got more money than Oprah.
Right.
I'm like,
y'all just got no money to Tech Nine because Tech Nine, the motherfucking owner of Strange Music, like the last great bracket label to ever exist. Tech Nine was on the Forbes list. I ain't seen no African. Like, yo.
Right, let's be real.
He a rapper. He a fucking rapper.
Think about that shit. I'm like, man, we gotta be real, man. Like this alignment with a group of people that have a fucking terrible culture that criticizes everybody else's culture and talks about them breaking laws and breaking rules while they break it every goddamn day in your face. We're gonna have a lot more conversations about this shit. And tomorrow's gonna be a really big one because y'all, I'm covering the Cincinnati brawl and I'm gonna show y'all the hypocrisy. People need to call the hypocrisy out. And for folks that don't have any, I'm talking about this to my white brothers and sisters. And this applies to everybody of any race, depending on what topic we're talking about and who it's pertaining to. But mainly right now, for my white brothers and sisters, if this shit don't apply to you, don't feel no type of way about it, but speak out about it. Because silence is complicity. You're complicit with that shit. You speak out against it or you're for it.
Yeah.
When I see fuck niggas walking around here, I call them fuck niggas out. When I see some hoes and some bitches walk around here, I call them hoes and them bitches out. Wrong is wrong and right is right. And we got to call the shit out. Otherwise, you just going to keep allowing it to fucking happen. You're just going to keep allowing it to happen. Silence is consent, man. Silence is consent. But I ain't finna hold y'all up, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all up tonight. I know some of y'all about to go do y'all little ditty freak offs. Y'all probably got y'all baby oil like me. I got my baby oil over there. But I know y'all probably about to go do some things. So I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man.
Y'all good. I'm about to work on some music.
They said, not me. Not me. Goddamn, hit it with that goddamn mouth. God damn it. God damn it. Well, look, y'all, man, it's been fun, man. We grinded, man. We did a little bit over. Well, we went over my goddamn 2-hour limit, but I don't give a fuck, man. I think we was talking about good conversation, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in tomorrow night, man. 9:05 Central Time, Eastern Central Time, whatever the fuck. I don't know what time I'm on, but Eastern Central in specific or whatever. I don't know how to say that shit. I have to look at it, but 9:05 tomorrow night, y'all. We're gonna be covering that Cincinnati shit because it's really a racial conversation, and that's what majority of our issues that we deal with in this country are, man. They're racial, and it's all because we can't just come to terms and get over it, man. We can't repent and say, look, man, that was wrong. That was wrong.
Right. He was some reparations and some land. We was wrong.
Hey, bro,
y'all can have y'all Black Wall Streets. Y'all can build y'all Black Wall Streets again.
Because look, and people be talking about, just because if they give y'all black folks something that y'all will be good. It's like, no, man. Once you repent and understand that it was bad, maybe it'll be more an incentive to not ever do it again. If you just get it, like if people just tell you that you did something wrong and there's no consequences, why would you ever change? And that's what America is. It's like, yeah, they know they did something wrong. They have never had to pay a consequence for it.
Oh, and that's why the revolution is coming.
Yep.
That consequence, like revolution coming, people vendetta.
Yeah, I need to start taking some betting odds, man. Look, will the United States give reparations before it goddamn collapses? And I'm pretty sure most people gonna say, nah, it's probably gonna collapse first before they pay them reparations. And the motherfuckers gonna take that shit to the grave. They gonna take that shit to the grave, bro. They gonna die on that hill, bro. That shit crazy. But they talk about culture though. It's amazing, man. But look, man, I appreciate all y'all, man. Look, I hope y'all hit that like, subscribe, share, turn the notice on, man. Whether you watch over on Let's Talk with JVJ on YouTube or Facebook. If y'all are not watching over on the JVJ network, make sure y'all go over there and subscribe, man. Go subscribe to the network. We're trying to build that up. YouTube been doing that funny shit. I don't know what Susan on. Matter of fact, I think they fired Susan. I got to figure out who the new person
it's
is.
Neil Mohan now. His name is Neil Mohan. I'm on his head.
Right.
Pause.
Yeah, he need to get his pussy in check. Because they need to stop prowling all these smaller channels and shit. But I appreciate y'all, man. Look, we trying to grow, man. Look, hopefully we can get to 200K before the end of the year. But I want to get the network monetized. So, and hopefully we can get the network monetized. That's my main goal. But I appreciate y'all, man. Support your boy. Subscribe. All that in the bag of chips. And matter of fact, we gonna go out on a good note, y'all. We gonna go out on a good note. I brought y'all in with that AI for the culture. I'm gonna sing y'all out with the AI for the culture. But look, man, fun, great. We gonna catch y'all in the next one tomorrow. Make sure y'all tune in. Peace.
Man, she says she want hood nigga. I keep the perk by the pound. The trunk stay bumped and y'all know we run the town. Hood nigga. And I keep a bad bitch around. Thick bitch, long hair, yellow, white, red, brown. Hood nigga. And my Chevy sitting on 24s. Flats look like flapjack. Pancake, you ain't no hood nigga. I'ma play the game how it go. They can take me out the hood, but I'ma keep it hood, folks. I'm on that good shit. And now come on. I got some down bitches I can't call. What's that? I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'ma fall till the day I fall. Yeah, long as my bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate as long as my bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate as long as these bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate as long as these bitches love me. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this super fly dirt coast muddy water. Shorty pop that pussy if you wanna. Let me tell you about this old school pouring lean candy yams and collard greens. Pocket full of stones, riding clean.
Well, I'm just one parlay away from a new house, new car. I'm just one parlay away. Trust I'ma take us far. I'm just one parlay away. One parlay away. One parlay away. Oh, I took the Chiefs on over. Took my homes on yards. everything is going good so far. So far. Lakers beating the Knicks. Spread is only 6. 2 minutes left in the game, baby. I'm about to hit. Ow! I need out, yeah, I need out. Blood pressure higher than her body count. Tomorrow she has to go. She's a mama. I think I married a hoe. Married a hoe. I said, mama, I think I married a hoe. I made a mistake, mama. No.